Hey everyone, I'm Alex Estrada, and this is the Alex Estrada Podcast, the podcast where I talk about all the things that I love: baseball, the show Big Brother, anime, professional wrestling, TV, movies, music, and all the other things that I love. Today we're talking about Game 5 of the 1977 ALCS between the Yankees and the Royals. Now, for the second year in a row, these two teams faced each other in the playoffs, and for the second year in a row, they fought tooth and nail in a memorable five-game playoff series. Now, there's quite a background, and it mostly revolves around the Yankees. After Chris Chambliss shocked the Royals with a home run that gave the Yankees their first pennant in 12 years, when it came to the Royals and the Yankees, the war was on. But first, after beating the Royals in the ALCS, the Yankees ended up getting humiliated in the World Series when the Reds swept them in 4 straight. Then came the turmoil in 1977 between Reggie Jackson, Thurman Munson, Billy Martin, and George Steinbrenner. After the Yankees were swept in the World Series, even though they already had great hitters, they decided that they needed another power hitter, with this really being the year that free agency was really born. Steinbrenner decided to capitalize on it. Munson was the one who encouraged Steinbrenner to sign Reggie. Munson said, "Go out and get the big man. He can carry a team like nobody else." It turned sour quickly, however, when Reggie did an interview with Sport Magazine. He was quoted as saying, "This team, it all flows from me. I'm the straw that stirs the drink." Munson thinks he can be the straw that stirs the drink, but he can only stir it bad. When Reggie sent his closest friend, backup catcher Fran Healy, to apologize for his remarks, insisting he was misquoted, Munson responded by saying, "For 4 bleeping pages?" As for Billy Martin, he never liked Reggie. He never even wanted him to be a Yankee. They faced each other in the 72 ALCS when Reggie was with the A's and Billy was managing the Tigers. Reggie was once quoted as saying about Billy, "I hate him, but if I played for him, I'd probably love him." It all reached a climax on the day of June 18th, 1977. In a lopsided loss to the Red Sox, Hall of Fame slugger Jim Rice, who was known for his power and lack of speed, hit a check swing pop-up behind second. Reggie was playing deep. He didn't hustle. He jogged in after it and allowed the ball to drop far in front of him, and because of that, Jim Rice was able to turn a single into a double. Billy was pacing back and forth beside himself and screamed at Paul Blair, "Get your glove, go to right field." You would think to yourself, he's really going to take out one of his best players like that? Wow. At first, Reggie didn't know what was going on because he was talking to the guys in the bullpen, but when they told him to turn around, he had a puzzled look on his face and pointed to himself and said, "Who, me?" He asked Paul Blair, "Are you coming in for me?" Blair said, "Yeah." Reggie asked why. Blair said, "I don't know. Billy's the manager. Go in there and ask Billy." And that started it all. When Reggie got to the dugout, him and Martin argued, and Reggie said, "All the alcohol you've been drinking must be going to your brain." Billy said, "I ought to kick your ass is what I ought to do." Reggie responded by calling him an old man, and Billy responded by saying, "I'll show you an old man." The coaching staff had to restrain Billy as Reggie walked down the tunnel to the clubhouse. George wanted to fire Billy after this incident, but GM Gabe Paul was able to convince him otherwise. In August, the Yankees were struggling, and so was Reggie. Munson, Fran Healy, Gabe Paul, and George were trying to convince Billy to bat Reggie fourth. Billy kept refusing until George finally decided to put his foot down and say, "Hit him fourth or you're gone." So Billy gave in, and the second Reggie started hitting fourth, he caught fire, and so did the Yankees. In his final 51 games of the season, Reggie slugged 13 home runs and 49 RBIs. The Yankees finished the season with 100 wins and won the division by 2.5 games in a close AL East race with the Red Sox and the Orioles, whom they were behind in the division for most of the season. As for the Royals, led by manager Whitey Herzog and players like Dennis Leonard, Al Cowens, Hal McRae and George Brett, the Royals won 102 games in the AL East by 8 games. Now, in Game 1, the Royals pounded on Yankee starter Don Gullett early and won 7-2. Game 2 is probably remembered for this play. Oh, and I'd also like to welcome my dad at Estrada.
Say hi to some people on Facebook Live.
Hi. Okay, here's what Game 2 was known for.
He's at the belt. 1-2 pitch to Brett. Curveball bounced to Nettles at the third, to second for one, and McRae six, and now Prospect is going to try to score, and he will score. And the ball game is tied. McRae knocked Randolph down, threw a rolling block on him, and while Randolph was on the ground, Prospect scored from third base. And the ball game is tied 1-1.
He broke his leg.
Definitely. That's the same thing. That's the same play that Chase Utley pulled on Ruben Tejada.
He's saying that McRae came out of the baseline and actually was on the baseline when he knocked Randolph down after Randolph had touched
Look at
up
it.
at second base.
That's an injection.
But the score is
Pulled
tied
right
2-2.
into him. And what's worse, he actually got away with it.
They get the force at second base. 5-4. Actually, Nettles had a lot of trouble getting that ball out of his glove. Had he gotten out right away, the Yankees might have had a chance to turn a double play. Randolph stood in there at second base, and Hal McRae threw a rolling block on him and knocked him behind second, and then McRae simply became entangled with Randolph, and while they're on the ground, Prospect alertly scored from second base. So Brett is on at first. There are 2 outs, and the score is tied.
So that play hurt the Yankees in one way, but in another way, it actually helped them. Because, it helped fire them up in their half of that inning. They scored, I believe, 3 runs, and they would go on to win that game 6-2. In Game 3, Dennis Leonard goes the distance, and the Royals win 6-2. In Game 4, the Yankees take an early 4-0 lead. The Royals start a comeback. So Billy shocks the hell out of everyone by going to his closer, Cy Young winner Sparky Lyle, in the 4th inning. What does Lyle do? He shuts down the Royals, and the Yankees win 6-4, and that forces a deciding 5th game. Now, before Game 4, Billy shocks everyone again by not starting Reggie Jackson. Reggie was only 1 for 15 in the series and only 2 for 15 against Paul Splittorff. Though surprising, it actually makes sense. Before I go any further, who's here with me?
That's me, Uncle Greg.
Hi, Uncle Greg.
Hey, I'm open inning.
We haven't started the game yet. I was just doing the intro. So,
Awesome.
here's
So far, so good.
yeah. Did you see that play?
I did. You mean the one where Utley ran into Tejada? Oh wait, it wasn't him, but it looked like
It was
it.
McRae. It was the exact same kind of play. And my mom just came. Hi, Mom. You enjoying the 60th birthday you're at?
She probably can't hear you.
Yeah. Anyways, now here's the pitching matchup. Now,
Ron Guidry.
yeah. Now, Guidry was 16-7, while Splittorff was 16-6. Guidry spent the first month of the season in the bullpen, but on April 30th, he was called on to make an emergency start. That's how he emerged as a starter. And with all the public tension between Munson, Reggie, Billy, and George, this was really overlooked as one of the biggest surprises that year for the Yankees. On the Yankees' all-time list, Guidry currently ranks 7th in innings pitched, 6th in shutouts, 5th in wins, and 3rd in strikeouts. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups. This is the starting lineup that Billy Martin put up. With Reggie starting on the bench, Paul Blair started in right field instead. Lou Piniella is in left field instead of Roy White because of the lefty Paul Splittorff. Here's the Royals starting lineup. John Wathan is starting at first base instead of John Mayberry because, like Reggie, Mayberry was struggling in the series, especially when he showed up sick for Game 4. Cookie Rojas is the DH, and Hal McRae is in left field instead of Tom Poquette because of the lefty Guidry. Are we ready to watch Game 5 of the 1977 ALCS between the Yankees and the Royals?
Yeah.
All right.
We are, but I have a question, Alex.
What?
I'm sure you already covered this in your opening. Can you just tell me again, why is Reggie Jackson on the bench for Game 5?
Because he was only 1 for 15 going into Game 5 in the series, and he was only 2 for 15 against Paul Splittorff.
Okay, all right, interesting. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to be switching back and forth. Now, for the first pitch, we're going to start with the NBC broadcast with Joe Garagiola and Tony Kubek. But for a little bit while longer, we'll be doing the WPIX broadcast with Frank Messer, Phil Rizzuto, and Bill White.
So, Mickey Rivers leads it off, and let's see if he follows the pattern of jumping on the first pitch. Strike one. The ball game is underway. The Dodgers defeated the Phillies last
Hey,
night.
why are you getting that loaded? Those
What?
are the good old days, huh? When you can actually see a baseball game on local television, a playoff game on local TV.
Yes, so
WPIX.
that's right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it
Did you
is.
say Rizzuto? Is that Rizzuto or not?
Phil Rizzuto, Frank Messer, and Bill White.
Curveball.
Okay, thank you.
On the year, Mickey batted .326 with 12 home runs and 69 runs batted in.
He and Freddie Patek have the most hits in this playoff series so far.
Inside and high, a fastball 1-2. Mickey Rivers leading off of the Yankees. Top of the first ball game just underway.
So,
Royal Stadium.
Game 5 this year was in Kansas City.
That's
For
correct.
76, it was at Yankee Stadium.
That's right. That was one ugly swing by Mickey Rivers right there.
And he strikes out, and there's one away.
Look at it.
And
Oh,
that'll
no.
bring on Willie Randolph. Randolph with Rivers in the lineup. That's the
Look,
order of
it
batting
took me
order.
a while to
Only
get over this Reggie Jackson
Martin shaking
not
his
starting
head.
Game 5, deciding game
Lineup has
of
Randolph
a
batting
series
second.
in the playoffs.
I agree with you, Chris.
Because Billy Martin,
Curve misses outside.
he was some guy, but Reggie Jackson, he's a future Hall of Famer, and he is a Hall of Famer. So it blows my mind.
Yeah, that would never happen now. That's like saying Soto is 1 for 15 going into Game 5 and we wouldn't play him.
That's right. Here's Willie Randolph, Silver Slugger in 1980, 6-time All-Star, over 2,100 games at second, over 4,800 putouts, over 6,300 assists, over 11,000 total chances, and over 1,500 double plays turned. On the Yankees' all-time list, he currently ranks 10th in at-bats, 9th in runs scored, 7th in singles, 6th in walks, and 4th in stolen
That's right.
bases.
The Yankees always have Sparky Lyle, and the Royals have a lot of guys in the bullpen.
And future manager of the New York Mets.
That's right.
Hey, one more last thing on Reggie. It's funny, too, that the last podcast you did a year earlier,
The least amount of rest.
he
He's
is,
come back today.
he's one of the announcers in the game.
That's right.
Close to short. Patek.
And now he's headed to
2 outs. if this crowd will go through this for 9 innings. There are going to be some hoarse people tomorrow.
They're going to sound like me.
Here's Thurman Munson, the Yankee catcher and captain. He's 5 for 16 in the series with a home run and 4 runs batted in. 2 men out, nobody on, no score, top of the first.
Now, Uncle Greg, Mom said that Thurman Munson was someone who inspired her to try to play catcher. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Slow curve.
your mom was just like Thurman in the sense that,
There is here at Royal Stadium.
he's a hard-nosed player, and your mother was a hard-nosed player.
Yesterday,
Your mom slid into third
Board
base
right.
one time, head first slide, on a triple that she hit against one of the best players in the league.
Wow.
Just like Thurman.
308 for the Yankees on the season. On the ground, Patek deep. He's got a long throw. Makes it in time. Put out 6-3 and the
Nice
side
stretch.
retired.
Yeah.
3 down. At the end of 1/2 inning of play. The Yankees nothing. The Royals coming up.
Alex, I have a scrapbook of Thurman
On the
Munson.
ground,
I'll dig out one day and I'll
shortstop.
send it to you so you can see it.
And there's one away.
Ah.
Patek, first ball hitting, bounces out 6-3.
I did it when I was probably, what,
That little fella's having
7,
a
8,
good
9
series.
years old?
He's 7 for 13. He's
Yeah.
driven in
I
5
still have it.
runs.
Wow.
Here's Hal McRae, the left fielder.
Freddie Patek was aggressive going after the first pitch. You know, this was his 33rd birthday,
The opener at Yankee Stadium.
and he was like the shortest player in history, like 5'4".
Called
How
strike
tall's
on
Altuve,
McRae.
Greg?
Al thought it was high. By the way, the home plate umpire is Nick Bremigan.
That's too funny, Eddie. I was about to ask the same question.
Alex,
We'll
Google
give
how
him
tall
5'7"
as we go along.
Okay.
I bet you he's like 5'4" too.
In the dirt, it's 1-1 on McRae. Nick Bremigan is umpiring behind the plate. Bill Deegan at first. Jerry
So
Newbecker at
Hal
second.
McRae,
And Marty Springstead at
Tarquin, I'm sorry,
third.
Tarquin. Alex, you ever play that game, that baseball game?
2-1 on McRae. Umpiring
where
left
you
field
spin
down
the
left
dial,
field line,
each
Russ
player has
Getz,
a
and
card,
down the
and
right
you spin
field
the
line,
dial.
Jim McKee.
What was the name of that game, man?
Was it Strata?
Stratomatic?
Yeah,
Foul
Stratomatic.
back.
Yeah.
So if you ever see Hal
Henry reaching
McRae's
back with a good
Stratomatic
fastball.
card,
It's 2-2.
for the double took up almost half the card.
Wow.
Bill mentioned Gidry pitched a 3-hitter.
Hal McRae was a doubles machine.
McRae was 0
He-
for
he
2
was.
in
I think he-
late at Yankee Stadium.
One year, maybe this year, led the league in doubles.
Still 2-2
I think
on
it was the
McRae.
previous year.
Freddie Patek got one.
By
of
the
them.
way, Jose Altuve is
George
5'6".
Brett, third baseman,
Oh, so
got
he's
one.
even taller than Patek.
And Frank
Yeah.
White, the second baseman,
So,
got one.
Ed, if this is the Price is Right, even though I was
Yankees
close
won
to
that
you,
ball
won.
game 6-2 for Ron Gidry.
Dawn says, great job, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Just missed outside. The count is full. 3-2 on Hal McRae.
Man, Alex, Gidry later on in his career as an established, we became Louisiana Lightning.
6-2.
That's right.
That's out of play.
You got to cover that. You got to
Yankees
do
won
that. What was it, an 18
yesterday.
strikeout
6-4
game
over
you had or
Kansas City.
something?
Marky Lyle picking
I'll
Um,
never forget that game.
pitching 5 and
Oh,
1/3
oh
innings.
yeah.
Great
I'm not going to
pitching
do that
ball
one,
game.
but I will
Just
mention
missed.
it in my next podcast.
All right, awesome.
How to play again.
This turns out to be quite an at-bat for Hal McRae. I think this is going to be like a 10-pitch at-bat.
Speaking of tall, how tall do you think Ron Gidry is?
How to play again. McRae.
Not sure, but he was like a lefty-handed Pedro Martinez.
Yeah,
Another
that's a good
full house
comparison.
here.
I don't think he was very tall either. I
Played
gotta be
for
honest with you.
just a bit over 40,000. The Royals go a bit over 41,000 each game. Bucky did. Better hurry. Safe.
Ooh.
McRae beats it out.
Bucky
That
never
was a
really.
bad play by Bucky Dent.
Yeah, I don't think he charged in on the ball.
And he never really had the strongest arm anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had to get that before the ball hit the turf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just took a little too much time and didn't really get a good grip on it. Because he had to reach for it.
One away, and that'll bring on George Brett, the third baseman.
Ron Guidry was 5'11".
The run batted in.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Here's the legendary George Brett. 22 homers, 88 RBIs, and a .312 batting average.
And a wad of tobacco.
Yeah.
Good breaking ball. Brett got a piece of it and fouled it off. I think the pitch that's made Guidry, Scooter, probably.
I never understood why the players would want to chew, would have wanted to chew tobacco. I mean, the gum of the sunflower seeds are fine, but chewing tobacco and ruining your teeth like that, that's not okay.
And it causes
Mouth,
cancer.
mouth cancer. That's what killed Tony Gwynn and Babe Ruth.
Low, it's a ball in the strike.
That's probably why Lenny Dykstra has dentures now.
Look at Al McRae. At
Wow,
first
Alex,
base. He beat out an
that's
infield
really a
hit.
fact. That's what killed both of those great players, huh? I didn't know that.
That's right.
I didn't know that's what Tony Gwynn died of.
On
Yeah.
the ground, and it's a foul ball. Bill Deegan right on the line there at first base. Watched that ball all the way and waved and fouled.
That's so funny. They're booing a foul ball call.
You know, Fred hit something like that the other day. There is the first base umpire, Bill Deegan, but that's a tough play for a first baseman, Bill. You should know that better than anybody. You're holding a runner
The
on,
scooter.
and then you gotta take
Holy
it,
cow!
and then they hit it to your left. Tough to get back.
It is tough to get back. I think here, if we look at Paul Blair out in right field replacing Reggie Jackson, here, if you realize that he's going to pull the ball and try to pull it, maybe you shouldn't bounce off so far.
Yeah.
But the inclination is to get away from that bag as quickly as you can and as far as you can so he can cover more ground. Low, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brett.
So, Uncle Greg, the first podcast Grandma and Grandpa showed up was last time, the Chris Chambliss game. I know it was tough for Grandpa Gregory. Do you remember how pissed off he was when Chambliss hit that home run?
I gotta be honest with you, Alex. I think I was we were outdoors playing baseball or soft during that game.
Yeah.
Over the head of Rivers, maybe. No, it's going to go to Rivers' head. McRae's going to score. Brett's going for third.
Oh, a fight.
Ready? Brett went in hard, and both teams are out on the field.
I think that's a little residual from the play in Game 4.
No, it wasn't that. You see, if you look at the
No, but
replay,
I think there was hard feelings still from that.
well, true. Well, it started with the Chris Chambliss home run, really. But what happened was, you know, George Brett slid hard into third base, and the momentum carried him right at Greg Nettles, and Nettles took exception to it and kicked him, and George Brett was like, "What the hell was that?" And that's when, you know, he swung at him. And if you saw on that play, Mickey Rivers misjudged that, and that's a very good defensive center fielder despite not having a good arm. You saw on the replay, he turned at the last second and misjudged it.
Well, you know, honestly, these Kansas City Royal teams, part of the reason why they were so great is because they played so hard. I mean, don't forget even that slide to second base earlier in the series, right?
That's right.
That's how these guys play, man. That's how these. And plus, you know, you're in a small market team and you're against the big bad Yankees. And you know, George Brett did not like the Yankees. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and the Yankee fans didn't like him.
And Whitey Herzog, they always play with that hard edge Whitey Herzog personality.
They did.
The question is, how does George Brett stay in this game?
Yeah, Nettles too.
Because he's a star.
And evidently,
Wow.
Brett and Nettles will stay in the ball game.
That's amazing. You know, that is an amazing call. I mean, and I agree with it. Let them keep playing. But in today's game, I think they're kicked out. What do you think, Jay? What do you think?
I believe so. Yeah, you see Mickey Rivers turned and misjudged it.
Now Blair comes over. Good backing up. Now here's where it is at third.
Now, had he kept the tag on him, he would have been out. Because he pops up.
Nettles didn't do anything, and there he did. Yep, he kicked him.
After Brett went into him,
Oh, he
Nettles
kicked
him, and
him.
here goes
Yeah, that's right.
And right in the middle of his Gidry.
That's when Brett swung at him.
I tell you,
I
Nettles
mean,
swung
there's
out
a
of
look
fight
at
for
Gidry.
that.
Wow.
I was about to say that, Greg.
Hold him, he can't do it.
In addition to, you know, maybe the players get thrown out, the pitchers normally would not have jumped in the middle of that when he's
So the
starting
battle
the
will
game.
be out.
I
Guys, the
agree.
Yankees will have to bring their
You know,
infield
that was
in.
clearly a punch thrown.
And that's what they're talking about. They got to get him out of there, make sure he doesn't get hurt.
Nettles thrown out of the ball game. And I think Nick Brimmigan's going out now and telling Gidry to throw as many as he wants to get loose.
So wait a minute, Nettles got
Alex,
thrown
what year was the Pine Tar game?
1983.
Oh, so that's even wow. God, what a history between these
Well,
two
they
teams.
said both ball clubs were going to be aggressive tonight, and they've sure shown it.
You're right. Oh, there's one away. Kenny George Brett's over at third base. As Al Cowens, the right fielder's a batter. Cowens is
Here's Al Cowens, who had the best year of his career. 23 homers, 112 RBIs, 312 batting average. He was the runner-up for MVP.
Gidry wants a new ball.
Now, with a runner on third and one out, the Yankees are going to play the infield in.
There's Brett off third. Ball strike on the outside corner. Cowens has struck out 3 times so far in the series. Strike 2 on Cowens, 0-2.
How many outs?
There's Nettles
I
and-
believe there's
and,
one.
Brett over third base. Not too much distance separates it. I think they've decided to play baseball instead of playing Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton or Ernie Shavers. Only plays at first base, and to make it in time as Brett scores. So Cowens a high jump
Well,
to third.
they basically traded a run for an out.
Brett scores on the play, and the Royals now lead 2-0, and Cowens picks up his 4th run batted in.
Well, there's the play right there, and Cowens did that in
Yeah, that's
one of
going to
the
be the
games.
New York Mets of
And
2026.
just no chance for Nettles to get that runner at the plate. Actually, Gidry could have been out of this inning without any
Trading
runs.
outs
being
for
scored.
runs.
Look at it again, that high hopper.
Much helping Nettles out, telling him there's no chance to get Brett. Go on and make the play at first base. Here's Amos Otis.
Here's Amos Otis, or AO as they love to call him. A sprained ankle kept him out of Game 5 last year, but here he is now. 5-time All-Star, led the league in doubles twice and stolen bases once. One of the best center fielders of his era. He used his speed to earn 3 Gold Gloves and led the league in putouts back-to-back years as he's trying to bunt. On the Royals' all-time list, he currently ranks 5th in extra base hits, 4th in singles, RBIs, home runs, and doubles, 3rd in games played, at-bats, hits, and triples, and 2nd in runs created, stolen bases, walks, total bases, and runs scored.
Hey, Alex, can you hear me?
Yes,
So how many runs have scored this inning so far?
2.
2, yeah.
So would you say both runs were 100% created,
Once again.
or the AstroTurf had something to do with it?
I would say so, yes.
Amos
Amos,
Otis bunting with 2 strikes.
No, the first, I mean, the first run, though, was the triple.
You gotta be thinking about
Yeah.
stealing a base.
Yeah, Bucky Dent, took too much time to field that ball, and Mickey Rivers misplayed George Brett's double. Then there's the ground out to third base. So yeah, I think you're right. Amos Otis took a risk, bunting with 2 outs, but he got away with it.
Yeah, because even when that ball goes over Mickey's head, I mean, it bounces so high, right? And it just keeps on going.
That's right.
I think, too, what's interesting, Greg, that the Royals took advantage of in this inning is even though the Yankees were a very good defensive infield, they were a very slow defensive infield.
Gidry holding Otis.
Yeah, no, very smart. Alex, are there any AstroTurf fields left in this game
bunt, by
today?
the way, was a second base.
Very, very little.
He's now 2 for 14.
I don't even think of one. Who's got one?
The Blue Jays?
Is that? Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, just watching this inning, it's obviously we used to watch it all the time, but when you see today's game versus this game on the turf, I mean, that ball bounces like crazy.
It does.
Say hi to Q. Coach Q.
Hi. This is Keelan.
Pop foul and out of play. A ball and a strike on Wobbin.
And Denise, you'll like the fact this is Yankees-Royals, Game 5, 1977.
The guy with the power of Amos Otis, he's going to bunt the ball with 2 outs. It's a waste of time unless he wants to steal, because the way he can stake the ball, he could easily get the extra base hit. 1 and 2 on Wobbin. I know managers that would chew a guy out if he did that. One of his big hitters batting 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. I got chewed out for doing it.
I can see why, especially with 2 out. Leading off an inning, all right.
And he's going, got a good jump, but Wobbin strikes out, and the side is retired. Royals pick up 2 runs on a 3-base hit, and at the end of 1, the Royals lead the Yankees 2-0. Lou Pinella's 5 for 16 in the series. You're looking at Whitey Herzog now, the manager of the Kansas City Royals. They lead 2-0. Pinella's 5 for 16 with 2 runs batted in. It'll be Pinella, Cliff Johnson, and then Greg Nettles.
Look, Alex, when it comes to Whitey Herzog,
Ball 1.
I obviously remember him more from his St. Louis Cardinals days against, those years of rivalry against the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about St. Louis, Kansas City, that's a major rivalry too, right?
That's correct. The I-70 series.
And he coached both. He managed both teams. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Pinella wants new baseball, or at least he wants Nick Remington to check that one out. Remington had just walked it out to Splendor, so it's all right. Base hit for Pinella. That might get past Otis.
That was a nasty pitch he threw low and away. Otis was able to cut it off, but a double for Pinella thanks to his hustle.
I tell you, Lou has been doing it all year long. We know he's a great hitter, and this is the best all
Hey,
year
Alex,
that
how
I've
old do
seen
you
him
think,
run.
can you tell me how old
Got
Pinella
triple,
is
he's
here?
stolen bases, taking an extra base.
Well, I think he was a rookie in maybe 69 or something. So let me check how old he was.
So he's well into his career here. 'Cause the guy looks like he's playing like he's 55 years old.
So this is 1978. He was born in August 1943. So he's 35 years old.
35, yeah, he looks like he's 45. He was never a nimble guy, that's for sure.
Remember the one series where he was playing right field and the sun got in his eyes?
Oh yeah.
Johnson backs
That
off,
cost him
fastball
that.
inside, ball
Was
1.
that a World Series game? Or?
No, it was the Bucky Dent game.
Oh, okay.
But again, the dude had a lot of heart. Not the most athletic, but he had a lot of heart.
And a lot of temper too.
Yes.
Ball strike, got the inside corner. Johnson doesn't believe it, but it's 1-1.
So you're only showing
Well, the
innings
Dodgers
today
have
where they
already
scored?
clinched the National League pennant.
I believe so. I think they scored in this inning. I have to double check.
People an all-time record for fans in any sporting event in the state of Pennsylvania. And in miserable weather.
I love that. He goes an all-time record.
Pinella talking to Frank White down at second base. Nobody out. There's Lou.
He was the American League president for a long time.
Who, Lou?
No,
Skied into shallow right center.
The announcer.
Pinella will have
Bill
to hold
White?
second base as Al Cowett sets up under the ball. One away.
Did they call him Sweet Lou?
Sweet Lou.
No, that was Lou Whitaker.
Oh, that was Lou Whitaker? He never was called Sweet Lou? Okay.
Listen to the Royals fans booing Greg Nettles.
Nettles is great in here tonight.
Nettles so far in the series 3 for 16. And he's driven in a run. Royals leading 2-0 in the top of the second.
Oh, Greg Nettles hasn't exactly been on fire this series either, but he's playing. But then again, it's a great defensive third baseman.
Yeah, Mom said she really liked Greg Nettles and tried to play like him too.
Oh no, Denise says that you're right, Greg. Sweet Lou was Lou Pinella. Also.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And it's funny because Alex said he had a bad temper, but they called him Sweet Lou.
There are 2 outs, and
I don't know why they call him Sweet Lou.
That's, if you were a Yankee fan, probably.
But you are right. He had a terrible. He did have a bad temper.
The batter now for the Yankees will be their first baseman, Chris
That whole
Chambliss.
team was ornery. Billy Martin set the tone.
Chambliss 1 for 13 in the series for the Yankees, so he's due.
Coach Q loved Greg
Chris, the hero
Nettles.
of last
I
year,
liked him
is
too. He was a very
championship series
hard-nosed. That I hated
Kansas City
George
Royals.
Steinbrenner, but a lot of guys on this team were very blue-collar. Except for Reggie Jackson.
Outside ball 1.
Well, technically George Steinbrenner was a crook.
Yeah. But he was always in the great graces of Yankee fans because he spent on the team.
Yeah.
1-1 on Chambliss.
Always wanted to
Alex,
win.
you keep on speaking truth, man. Keep on speaking the truth.
He was even involved in the Watergate scandal.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That sliced foul into the left field seats. A ball and 2 strikes on Chambliss.
Yeah, Q says the same thing. Yep, he was involved in the...
High chopper to Patek at shortstop. Nice hop for him. And the side is retired. No runs on 1 base hit. And the Yankees leave a man. At the end of 1.5, the Royals 2, the Yankees nothing. 2-0 Royals, bottom of the second. Too high to Rojas, ball 1. It'll be Rojas.
Cookie Rojas.
Darryl Ford,
This had to
catcher,
have been one of
Frank
his
White,
last
second
years.
baseman against Ron Gibson.
As a matter of fact, it was.
1-1.
Q says you look great.
Thank you very much.
Just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
Hudson didn't think of that miss. Billy, he didn't
Q,
either.
this is his 5th podcast. The first one was 1960, Game 7, Mazeroski.
Pinella's got a long run and makes a catch. Lou Pinella.
Great catch by Lou Pinella. He almost let it drop right in front of him.
Yeah, but see, that's an example of how terrible of an athlete he was.
So badly, I tell you, if all the Yankees
Or how
would watch
old
it
he was.
again,
That should have been a routine
put out
catch.
100% like, well, this was a tough chance, sinking too.
Look at him.
Just gets the
Like he didn't
glove on
break
the
his
tap and
ankles.
catches it.
Yeah.
He should have
Then he
been.
did the 69.
There's one away. That's
Reels.
played by Yankee left fielder Lou Pinella. That'll bring on Darryl
75
Porter, the
Red
catcher.
Sox Reds game
Porter
6.
4 for 14 in the series with 2 runs
His
batted.
last one was the
4 for 11 in the
76
series.
Chambliss.
He has not driven in a run. And the curveball is low.
So here's Gerald Porter with the Royals. He made the All-Star team 3 years in a row.
Darryl Porter or Joe?
Daryl Porter.
Too high.
He was known for his excellent defense and power hitting. He currently ranks 4th on the Royals' all-time list in on-base percentage.
2-1.
Hey, didn't Daryl Porter
Royals got
later
a one-out
play
single.
for
Infield hit by
the Cardinals as well?
He sure did.
Drove him in with a
He had a
triple in
big
the right
hit too,
center
I think,
field.
in one of the World Series.
And Brett scored on a
Yeah, he
high
was the
shot to
MVP
third
in the
base by
82
Al
series.
Cowens. And the Royals have a 2-0 lead.
I would say he was a
Bottom half of the
borderline
second
Hall of
inning with one
Famer.
out.
I
And
think
no
he
one
did.
out.
I don't think so. I don't think he had a lot of. He was
3-1.
very defensive catcher for the most part, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Get the feeling,
If
get
he
the
just
feeling.
would-
I just remember him being a
I
star
think so.
during the time.
That
He
plate's a
was
little smaller than
always
it
a
should be.
legitimate star.
He was one of
Randolph and throwing.
he was one of those players that always played on winning teams.
And we'll see what the official score
Yeah,
says.
more like a-
True, too.
Ball was hit
Oh, sort of
hard.
like a
He
good
was
luck
on the
charm.
official turf. Willie would have played
He's a
that
winner.
ball on natural.
And actually,
Give him a hit, Bill.
Hugh Lisa's at a
Base hit for
birthday,
Porter.
60th birthday
Fourth
party
base hit for the
in
Royals.
Pennsylvania for one of her college friends. So she's
The
not
batter
here,
is
but she's
Frank
been
White,
signing
second
into the
base.
actual podcast every once in a while.
Now, Randolph not fielding that ball was mainly because of the artificial turf. I mean, on a normal playing field, he fields that ball easily.
100%.
I love Willie Randolph too as a player.
Yeah. And Daryl Porter was great if he just had not done drugs.
Yeah, him and Keith Fernandez, huh?
Yeah.
And on Facebook, I have to keep redoing the live feed because it keeps expiring.
Mm-hmm.
You had 3 or 4 people come on and off on Facebook.
And the left field, Pinella going back. Backpedaling. Makes a catch. And
He
there's
looks
2 outs.
he looks scary on every
Looks
play.
great out there. This
Who,
whole
Lou?
series.
Yeah.
Every
He
play,
put a
man.
wrap on
Every
Pinella
play.
when he was not a good fielder, but he'd shown us something with the leather so
Remember
far.
when Schwarber was in the outfield for the Cubs? That's what he looks like.
Yeah, see,
Schwarber was
he
always
even said,
scared.
the announcer said,
Here's
he's not a
Freddie
good fielder.
Patek, the leadoff man. He's been up once, bounced to Yankee shortstop, Bucky Dent. 2 outs.
That was a bit of a compliment, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
On the outside corner, strike 1 on Patek. Strike 2 on Patek. Gitby going with that hard fastball. Porter back to first base. Normally he is not a threat to steal.
My
Your charger?
charger.
Okay.
Popped up behind the plate. Munson coming back. Throws a mask away, and the side is retired.
Patek threw the
third on. No runs.
helmet and the bat
One
even
man
before
left.
Munson
Playing
even
two.
caught
Royals
it.
lead the Yankees 2-0. Foul into the seats, left side.
You know, when Patek popped out to behind home plate, he threw his bat and helmet away before Munson even caught it.
Had a short hop, made the play, and Waffen came back down on the bag.
That was a very good play by John Watson to save George Brett an error.
Well, Brett's throw was high. Waffen, normally catcher. Look at that, came right back down on the bag.
Boy, he looked for it too, Bill. That was good reflexes there.
Oh, there's one away.
It was.
That'll bring on Bucky Dent, the Yankee shortstop. 2 for 11 in the series with 2 runs batted in. That takes a curve, low, ball one. Well, 1-1. Change curve, ball strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bucky Dent.
Those are some pretty nasty breaking pitches.
Bucky picked up by the Yankees just before the season started. Yankees sending Oscar Gamble to the Chicago White Sox.
Oscar Gamble.
Foul
That's
tip.
right.
Still 1-2. Gamble had an excellent year for the White Sox, and Bucky Dent did what was expected of him for the Yankees, so it's a good trade for both sides. Bucky played good shortstop, batted ninth, drove in close to 50 runs, and batted close to 250. 2-2.
Boy, he put that right where Porter wanted it.
You know, if you throw that ball right where the mid is, umpire will call it a strike.
Yep.
And the right field, and Collins is there. 2 outs.
Alex, we need more Buckies in baseball.
That'll bring on Mickey Rivers as we watch that go back to the Yankees.
It's a great name.
I'm sure
Mickey
Red Sox fans would disagree with
A
that.
wide breaking curveball. Mickey had a good day yesterday. Got 4 base hits and 5 times up. Sliders outside, ball 1. Rivers now 7 base hits, 19 times at bat. Right up the middle, throw, base hit.
Boy, he waited on that beautifully.
That's his 8th base hit of the series.
That's got to be the most of anybody in the series.
One more than Freddie.
Yeah,
Freeman.
now he's 8 for 20. I think that's a 400 batting average.
Rivers on at first, 2 outs, and the batter.
I thought Frank Messer was on this broadcast team.
With a run
He
back.
is. I think he's going to come on later on. And, you know, in addition to the artificial turf, this strike zone is pretty tight, too.
2-0 in the top half of the 3rd inning. Curve is low, ball 1. Fouled outside 3rd. Dick Hauser, the 3rd base coach, plays it. And he'll give it back to Splittorff. Van Rivers will go back to first base. They're talking about all the bases that might be stolen in the series. Well, the Royals have stolen 3. They've been caught twice. And the Yankees have attempted just 1 stolen base, that by Reggie Jackson, and he was successful. There goes Rivers. And he picked a good pitch, a change up, and he'll be in there safe.
So how many
And
steals
almost
did the
came
Royals
off the
have
bag,
now?
but he stays there. So
I
that's
believe
Yankees'
they've stolen
second
like
stolen base in
3
the series. They
times.
have not been caught
I mean,
yet.
Here it is again. As Bill said, he got a.
you know,
great jump
Splittorff
with
didn't
his
throw over
base.
there
I thought he
once.
was going to slide by the bag. He goes in so hard. He hits the bag and then comes up. Another look at it. He's really flying.
Well, he couldn't have gotten a better pitch to steal on.
No.
Splittorff and
Yeah, I think they
Porter
said
that time.
three stolen bases, 2
Porter
caught.
called the
I mean,
change
that's
evidently. The
that's
change
that's
was
Thurman Munson,
high.
right? I
Took
mean,
a long
come on.
time getting
Yeah.
there.
Amazing,
There's
Greg.
2 balls
Nobody
and a strike
back
on
then
Randolph. The Yankees
did
have a
head
runner
first
in scoring
slides.
position with 2 outs
That
in the
really
3rd
didn't
inning.
come into fashion
And the
until
Royals
Ricky
lead 2-0.
Henderson.
Curve is a call strike, 2-2.
Wasn't Pete Rose known for sliding in head
They
first?
seem to go to the break.
Yeah, I remember in
And
Game
Bob
7 of the
was on base.
75 series when he slid head first, he face planted into 3rd base.
But I don't think his wasn't, let's put it that way, fashionable. And
No
his,
kidding.
Where's Willie? Is
it
he
never
years
really
old?
took
He-
off though.
all these things will
Once
be placed
Henderson
in the back of
started
his head
making it
someplace.
like an
You remember
everyday,
how they pitch him in different situations.
event,
Another breaking ball.
then more and more,
outside.
you know, the Vince Colemans of the world afterward,
Split
everybody
trying to stay away
afterwards
from
did
the
it.
fastball. Might have to come in with it here with the count 3 balls and 2 strikes and Thurm Munson on deck.
You do not want to walk him with Munson coming up. You know, he's throwing a lot of off-speed stuff, I must say.
Too high, ball forward.
I thought that was a check swing.
When you're giving us a little bit of forecasting there, foreshadowing
Well,
there.
the Yankees have extra speed on the bases. And
Now he's in
ball
trouble.
Here really gets past the outfielders.
2 speed runners like Rivers and Randolph on base and a clutch hitter like Munson at the plate.
2 outs.
You'd be certain that Munson would come through with an RBI hit.
Munson 5 for 17 in the series with a home run and 4 runs batted in. Now Thurman, as is his custom, wants a baseball inspector.
So how did they do again these broadcasts? Did they split like the Royals would do one half?
Boy, this is the kind of situation.
Is this the
that
national
Munson
broadcast?
really thrives.
What?
NBC?
What? No, I only did. You see, this video is missing some parts, so that's why I had to go to the NBC broadcast to
Missed outside
watch those
ball one.
parts.
Porter's a snatcher. You know, he tries to pull that ball over every corner.
He does a good job. He's very quick.
Pitch was away. Porter went out, snatched it, tried to pull it on the inside corner to get a strike ball, but Nick Birmingham was not fooled. Right field, it's a base hit. Rivers had better hurry. Cowens with a strong throw. It's high, though, and off the line. And the Yankees get on the board. It's now Royals 2 and the Yankees 1.
Just as Bill White mentioned, Thurman Munson, I tell you, you'd rather see him up there in a clutch situation than just about anybody else on the Yankees.
I would rather see him up there like that, Phil, than anybody in baseball. To be honest with
Okay,
you.
all
He's
right.
some kind of clutch hitter.
That's where Yogi used to be.
Alex, you got any stats on
Certain
Thurman Munson?
guys you need for that situation.
About what?
Clutch situations.
Other guys tighten
In
up
clutch
and tense up.
situations?
Yep.
Those guys.
Let me
throw
see.
Runners in scoring position.
Galen
2
Cisco's
outs.
coming out of the Royal bullpen off the first base side as the Royals now get some action. Looks like Doug Bird out there throwing.
I don't think it was pretty
You
high.
can probably
Right-hander
Google
Doug Bird
Thurman
throwing,
Munson
and
average
Cisco
with
now
runners
wanting to
in
give
scoring.
split torch.
With runners in scoring.
Some instructions, and also give Bird a little more time to get loose.
Says right here, with runners in scoring position, he hit
There's Doug Bird
302.
again. We talked about him being out there throwing. There's Doug Bird.
There you got it.
That's clutch.
Definitely.
Cisco leaves. Bird, by the way, pitched the ninth inning yesterday. Pitched in the ninth inning yesterday for the Kansas City Royals. He faced 3 men, gave up a sacrifice fly, a single, and he got Pinella fouled out. Here's Lou Pinella, doubled his first time up. Foul back. Well, the reason I say that about Munson, Scooter, he uses a whole field. If you pitch him inside, he can pull the ball. If you pitch him away, he'll go the other way.
Right.
It's hard to throw him the curveball because he waits so long. And he doesn't strike out that often.
Pretty good combination.
All it adds up to a good hitter. Either target inside for
A
Pinella,
great
or
hitter.
missed. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
Yankees trying to put some pressure on the Kansas City Royals, who lead it 2-1 in the third inning. 2 outs and 2 on for the Yankees. Sliced foul and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes on Lou Pinella. Randolph going back to second base. On at first base is Thurman Munson. One and 2 the count with 2 outs. Too high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. thing the Yankees are doing here, Phil, that might pay off later on, they're making Splittor, first of all, throw a lot of pitches, and they're making him bear down as we look at Whitey Herzog.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta make a pitcher work. A lot of hitters these days don't remember that.
Oh, this wears him down a little bit more. Curve, chopped to Brett at third. He'll go to first base. And makes the play, and the side is retired. Pinella bouncing out 5-3. Yankees pick up a run. On 2 base hits, they lead 2. And at the end of 2.5, Royals 2, Yankees 1. Into the left field corner. Pinella will not be able to get to this one. He'll play it off the wall, and McRae will hold up at second base with a stand-up double. So McRae doubling, leading off the bottom of the third, Scooter.
It's a guy, he led the American League in doubles. We look at it again. He's amazing. First time up, he was trying to hit everything to right field. Here, the pitch inside. Booms it, one hop. Pinella holds it to a double.
And there's McRae off second. The batter for the Royals is George Brett, the third baseman, who tripled in a run and scored in the first inning, and also started to brawl at third base. And he takes low, ball 1. Nobody out. McRae down at second base.
2-1, right?
That's correct.
1-1. Little action in the Yankee bullpen now. Guidry seems to be throwing the ball hard, although sometimes, Scooter, it's deceptive. The ball isn't moving. There's Mike Torres warming up for the Yankees. Two and one. Sometimes you can throw hard and the ball doesn't move, and you're in trouble. That was Guidry's trouble earlier in his career in the big leagues. That'll get the runner over. Chambliss to Guidry, beats Brett to first base, but Brett does his job as Al McRae goes to third.
My kind of baseball, Greg.
McRae now over third base with one away.
So now it's the exact same kind of play. A runner on third with Al Cowens coming up.
Getting Brett to first base by a step. Martin now, he wants to talk to Ron Guidry. Yankees, of course. That's Mike Torres still throwing in the bullpen. Yankees will have to bring their infield in here.
Sorry, Alex, I took
Last
a break
time
to
the
sing Barry
situation
Manilow.
happened back in the first inning.
Barry Manilow, huh?
When will I hold you
And
again?
Brett scored. This time we've got McRae over at third base.
But I'm back. I heard you, Eddie. That's your kind of baseball. I know.
There's no way they're going to put Cowens on because Otis up next, a tough man to double up.
Well, Guidry had 2 strikes on Cowens when he got him to hit that high chopper. I think there's a feeling that perhaps you can strike out Al Cowens. Got a quick glimpse of Whitey Herzog.
Alex, I noticed I don't see too many
Now
shots of
Munson wants him
the
either.
stands, of the fans watching the game. They haven't really done that much.
Good point.
Yeah, I agree. I just noticed that myself too, now that you mention it.
Cowens 3 for 16 in the
Which
series.
I don't mind. I kind of
Four
like. I
runs
mean,
batted
it's
in
focused
now.
on the game, right?
Yankee infield in. Base hit. McRae scores, and the Royals now lead 3-1.
I should note that Guidry actually got hurt in the
And
brawl.
Martin's going out that fight
He did,
ball.
huh?
Will be
Yeah.
on. That's
See, that's what I was
the
talking
get rid
about.
of
There you
some
go,
work.
Greg.
Second appearance here in the bottom half of the inning.
There you
And
go.
it's
Here
going to
comes
be
David.
Mike Torres on to pitch to Amos Otis.
Apart from that,
Oh,
Billy
man,
is
Mike Torres. Go
And
ahead,
Torres
Alex.
coming on.
apart from that, Billy is making a wise move bringing in Mike Torres to pitch to Amos Otis, who didn't hit very well against Torres.
He was awful by the time he got to the Mets.
Who Torres?
Yeah, but
Cowens has tried to steal a base in the series. He was cut
yeah, I was
down
going to
by
say
one.
Torres at his height was a big game pitcher.
Yeah,
Boy.
it was.
have attempted to steal 5 bases so far.
So this is
series.
1977.
Been successful 3 times.
Hard to
Hudson
believe
thrown
that
2
it's
runners out.
87, 97, 06. That
Yankees
almost
are 2 for
40
2.
years
Stealing
later,
bases.
they would win a world championship against the other New York team on the same field.
Otis does not really like to bat that much against Mike Torres, and that's one of the reasons that Whitey Herzog did not
Except
start
that field
in
now's
the
grass,
ballgame
right?
that
They switched
Torres
it to
started
grass.
here.
Yes.
I like Mike Torres, Jim Bibby.
Didn't Mike Torres pitching that game against the Mets too?
Nolan
Just
Ryan.
joking.
Nolan Ryan.
Right?
I felt like he played forever. That dude
Yeah.
pitched forever.
He did. He pitched. I think he pitched for the Red Sox and the Mets.
Call strike 2 on Otis. Big Mike Torres from Topeka, Kansas, started the ball game against Denny Leonard. The opener here,
Okay, I was
Kansas City.
literally going to ask,
And
what
Otis backs
country
off the
is he
fastball
from?
inside 1 and 2.
He's from Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah. It's like people looking at Ed Figueroa, and he's from Louisiana.
No, you mean Gidry.
I mean, Gidry. No, where was Figueroa from?
He's from Puerto
Oh, he
Rico.
was Puerto Rico. Okay. For some reason, I thought it wasn't Gidry I was thinking of. Who was I thinking of? Had a Spanish name in Louisiana.
Foul back, still a ball and 2 strikes on Otis.
So Torres, he was.
Vanilla,
They
by
had
the
a
way, as we
Luis
look at
Gracia.
Al Collins at first base,
Hi.
Vanilla has hit in all 5
So
American League championships.
Torres was from
games.
Topeka, but he was Mexican.
Yeah, no, I got you. Mexican descent, but I thought maybe he might have been like born in Mexico, right? But he's just from Topeka, Kansas.
That's right.
On a play down the right side. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Amos Otis. Now Munson wants to go out and talk to Mike Torres.
No pitch clock in this game.
That's
No
correct.
action on the Yankee bullpen. Tendro has decided to sit down. Royals leading 3-1. They picked up 2 runs in the first inning. Yankees came back with 1 in the third. Royals have 1. Here in the bottom of the third. They've got a runner at first base with just 1 away. They count a ball and 2 strikes on Amos Otis. Here's Collins. Being held by Chambliss. Got him. Otis goes down swinging for the
Sure enough, he strikes him out.
Herzog was right.
Yep.
You know, some hitters just have trouble with certain pitchers. Here's John Watham, the first baseman. You have a pitcher, Scooter, that gave you trouble?
I don't have time to name them. No, but I know what you mean. Even Musial had 1 guy. Somebody, the other guys would all hit, he couldn't hit him.
Watham takes outside, ball 1.
But Bill White himself, he played, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Were Billy and Phil Rizzuto like teammates at one point?
I don't think so. I don't think Bill White. Bill White wasn't a Yankee, right, Alex? I mean, Greg?
I'm thinking. I meant Phil Rizzuto. Excuse me.
With the right-handed pitcher Torres.
Phil Rizzuto with who?
With Billy Martin.
Oh, with Billy Martin. Yeah, I think at one point they were
And the
probably
Yankees
were.
thinking that way, called a pitch out. And
I
Collins
thought you
was
meant
not
Bill
going
White.
against 2 balls and a strike on Watham.
Alex, can I ask you a question?
2 out.
Yes.
What is a pitch out?
A pitch out. Oh,
It's
jeez.
sarcastic because they don't do it anymore.
Very. I
They
see.
just call the pitch out.
Yep.
I've never seen that in modern day baseball before.
It's just put up the number 4.
No more pitch outs.
Maybe because it's not really a base running game anymore.
Now it's part of making the game faster.
With 2 2 outs.
Oh, I see.
They figure if you're going to waste 4 pitches, just put them on.
Got him with a breaking ball, and the side is retired.
So with Therese striking,
the next innings, at the end of 3, the score.
so with Therese striking out his first 2 batters, his effectiveness in this game is only beginning.
Guidry got a couple of tough breaks in that first inning. Could have been out of the inning without a run being scored.
So we're moving to what inning now?
I believe we are in the
Cliff Johnson
top
flying to
of
right
the
field,
4th,
his
I
first time
believe.
up.
So the Yankees going to score in this inning?
Yeah, see, Rizzuto just really mentioned what we were
Yankees trying to
talking
get
about
the split
earlier
off.
about those 2 runs in the first inning.
That's right.
Just just terrible baseball by the Yankees.
Yeah,
Bad
they didn't play
defense.
well defensively enough.
That's right.
Big Cliff. He and Harold McRae almost went at it last night during batting practice.
Man, these teams really
And
hated
that would
each
have been a
other.
mismatch.
Yeah,
When they're almost fighting during batting practice.
Fouled off the mask.
they were
1-1.
just sliding hard into each other, fighting. I mean, it was just a huge rivalry.
Reggie Jackson. Moving
Yeah, you
around
don't
on
see
the
that
bench.
anymore. I mean, even Michael Jordan talked about,
He took his
hating
benching.
his opponents, and back in the day of
Great
basketball.
stride. You gotta give him
These
a-
guys are all friends now,
Not
every
afraid
single
for that.
sport.
That's low.
Mm-hmm.
2-1.
Just goes to show you that competition like this can bring the worst in
All
people.
comes down to this final game. Wind blowing out towards left. Holy cow, that ball almost hit Cliff. It's 2-2.
Now this is a really good at bat by Cliff Johnson. I think it's like an 11 pitch at bat.
Johnson
So
not
who
saying
was
anything,
the
but he could get
77
kicked out for what he's thinking right now.
NLCS? Dodgers and
Well,
Phillies.
Dodgers and Phillies.
I tell you, they try to pitch Cliff Johnson inside, but
Yep.
That was when the Phillies were struggling in the playoffs.
Just got a piece of it.
Yeah, the Royals couldn't get by the Yankees, and the Phillies couldn't get by the Dodgers.
Yeah.
This might be a weird question, but did Cliff Johnson have a son who played in the majors also later on?
I have to look that up.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, Greg. I always
Nobody out,
thought
man.
that he was
Nobody on.
much later than the 70s, Cliff
Yankees
Johnson.
trailing 3-1.
So maybe it was his son or something.
Good cut, fouled it back.
Doesn't say anything about him having a son that played.
All right, don't worry
Sixth
about it. I
inning,
just, off the top of
still
my
a
head, I
go.
just thought there might be. You might have mentioned it earlier. What kind of career did he have, Cliff Johnson?
Oh, he got around on that one.
I didn't mention Cliff Johnson that much, but let me take a look. I just had it on my phone.
Splitoff has really had a great record against the Yankees over the years, Frank.
yes, he has. He's won 11, lost 5 for the Yankees, and it's strange how there are pitchers like that.
He was a
that
catcher,
won of course,
a first baseman, and an outfielder in his early career, but he eventually became a full-time DH.
How many years did he play?
From 72 to 86.
There always seems to be at least one pitcher that
And
can
who was
handle
he
one
on
ball
in
above and maybe
86?
not
Oh,
be
if he was a
able to
DH,
hit
then I
anybody else.
guess he could hit.
That's true.
He was with the Blue Jays in
One pitcher
86.
the Yankees kept
Right,
around for quite a
that's
while.
where I
Finally
remember
bought
him
him, and when they got him, he
mostly
couldn't win
playing
for the
for
Yankees.
Oh.
Who was that?
Spent his
He
last
made
2 years
Oh,
with
okay.
the Blue
This
Jays.
part of the country. Just missed with that slow curve. It's 3-2.
I remember Jim Schellenbach with the Washington Senators. He was able to beat the Yankees. They kept him in the league for a while.
Yep. Line, but it's going to go foul. Boy, I tell you, Cliff has hit some bullets, but foul. Might have broke his bat on that one. Skipper, Frank.
Yeah, Billy Martin, never letting up. But Johnson did break his bat on it, looking for another one over there. Yankee right-hand hitters have had a pretty good championship series, and the left-handers, with the exception of Mickey Rivers, have had their problems.
Yeah, that's for sure.
See, Alex says
Of course,
you
the
do
Royals
more
just
and
keep
more
trotting out
podcasts.
left-hand pitchers.
This is what makes
Now
it
the fans are
a
getting
show.
on Cliff Johnson.
You don't
a little
need
bit as he
all of this.
gets the rosin
Dead.
and the tar on the bat handle. Plate umpire Nick Birmingham goes over to get him.
I don't think you can blame Cliff for wanting to fix up a new bat.
Unless the at bat is going to
Well, I'm sure that
produce
that
something.
pitcher out there with just Johnson
It's
have a
not
good grip
worth
on it.
the
He cut loose with one yesterday and split the rosin bag out of the mound, almost hit Marty Patton. Slipped out of his hands.
3-2, nobody out, nobody on. That one off the end of the bat, didn't quite get all of it. And McRae can't get it. I don't know whether that ball hit him on the head or what. And
What's
Johnson
that wall like?
with a double.
Rizzuto saying they hit him on the
Might have
head.
hit.
Look at Cliff. He's upset he didn't hit that one out.
Well, I said he hit it off the end of the bat and it still carried.
What's that wall like 10
We
feet
could
high or
get a slow motion
something?
shot of that. It might have
More
hit
than
the
that.
top of the railing.
I think it's higher than that.
So
Yeah,
Cliff, big double.
that was like the
First
great,
time I ever saw a
the
guy
great wall
upset
of
about getting a
Flushing.
double.
Yeah.
There it is
That's so
again.
funny.
Let's see
I'm
what
gonna
that
say the
ball
same thing.
hits. Just off the top of the wall.
You don't
It
even-
bounces back in.
All right, Greg Nettles, who bounced to second his first time up. Yankees got to keep pecking away now. Strike one. Greg trying to pull that ball. If
Well,
he does
they
what he
said
did
before
last
he's
time,
3
it
for
will advance
17.
Johnson a third.
He has not looked
Bounced
good
out
in
to
the
second.
at-bats here.
Yeah.
That's right. Still early in the ball game.
3 for
Pick up that one
17.
run here. Pick up another one later. You're tied. Pick up another one.
That's a
You're ahead. Good.
176 average.
Oh, no. He popped it up, and that's
3
a
for
big out.
18.
George Brett.
But I think that's like 160 or something.
Well, that's it. Nettles will pull 95% of the balls. But in this
166.
series, he hasn't been doing it. Looking down at Royal Stadium.
What concoction you
Take a
mixing
bird's
over
eye
there,
view
Mr.
from the
Cortez?
camera up on top of the Royal scoreboard out in center field.
All right, Chris Chambers, who has really had a rough series.
I thought I was on mute.
Keep saying
How could you tell?
he's ready. He's
Because your
due.
camera's
He's
on and I
overdue.
saw you shaking.
Oh, sorry.
1 out.
Okay,
I'm just assuming it's not a milkshake.
Contact though with a good arm.
Making
throws him out.
margaritas.
And there,
Okay.
Nettles
Nice.
had to have advanced. Johnson at third, he would have scored on that one. But he's at third now with 2 out, and Paul Blair, who hit a hot shot to Brett at third base, will be the batter.
Okay,
Well,
now.
keeping his pitches down.
So,
Let us see.
with a runner at third and 2 outs, and Paul Blair coming up, I now switch to the NBC broadcast with Joe Garagiola and Tony Kubek.
Paul Blair, he bounced off to the third baseman. George Brett his first time up.
You're right, the local broadcast was better sounding.
Yeah.
Static on the national.
Yeah.
He'll take the pitching chart, each pitch that was thrown in the ballgame, what it was, where it was hit. He'll take those set of master cards that he carries in the briefcase. He will then record them for himself. And he said, I do it because then I don't have to look at it again. I've got it committed to memory. So I can just look out and say, Bill, move 2 steps to the left or right or whatever. Little over 1 strike, little extra work that he puts in sure pays off, or has so far. Well, he's here battling for that right to go to the World Series. That's what it's all about. Blair chasing fastball outside.
Sorry, Alex. I thought the name of your podcast was Alex Estrada's podcast, Classic Baseball Games and Margaritas.
Margaritas?
Should be margaritas with Alex.
Margaritas, I don't know. That was a mouthful. That was much better.
Fail to score in the fourth. We go to the middle of the fourth. It is Kansas City 3, New York 1.
Hey, you got the temperature, the temperature, game time temperature for this game?
Oh, I have to look that up.
There, huh?
That's the shot you're getting.
Seems a bit cold out there.
Scoreboard in deep center field. That's the view you're getting. And Cookie Rojas. You wonder where the NBC Peacock went? Ballpark.
I remember him. Greg, remember him?
Line to left field. Neville made quite a play. Did he go around? No, says the plate umpire, Nick Remington, and it's ball one. Rojas, Porter, and White. Bottom of the fourth, Kansas City 3-1. There's the strike. Up the middle, it is a base hit for Rojas.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Cookie Rojas, who has announced that he will retire after this season, has just gotten the fourth inning underway with a single to center field and brings up Porter, who checks Chuck Hiller. Let's see how they play it.
Rojas said that he already has a job at the major league level. Will be a coaching job with someone.
The temperature apparently, it says right here, is either upper 40s or low 50s.
He's got to lead it first. Nettles is wide in the back.
Now I'm showing you this. Yeah, I'm showing you this play because you're about to see why Mickey Rivers was such a great defensive center fielder.
Ball one.
He's primarily a pull hitter, so this is a good situation for Porter. But he can go the opposite way if they stay out, because he'll be trying to poke that hole now.
Ground ball would be first and third if he gets it through there. Outside, 2-0.
So interesting, Greg, that on the Yankee broadcast, as you mentioned, you didn't see the crowd much, and you really didn't. The sound in the background of the crowd was down. On the national broadcast, you can definitely hear the crowd.
Straight away center field. Mickey Rivers is going back. Warning track back. He makes the grab. What a catch he made. And Rojas retraces his
My
steps
Lord.
and heads back
My
to work.
Lord.
Mickey Rivers,
Of
a
catch.
tremendous catch.
If he doesn't get there, that's a double for Porter.
John becomes even more tremendous when you
Maybe a
realize
triple,
how
even though the guy was so
Rivers
slow.
plays.
Yeah.
He has great confidence in going back. He takes the glance. He knows where he's at right now. And that's in this strange ball.
So it's funny how when you're watching this stuff with Alex, remember I talked about in some of the other podcasts how funny it is to watch
And he showed great
certain,
confidence in
knowing
going
the outcome,
back
watching
and
certain
going back
plays
and making a
in the
play.
middle of the
Made
game
run, no doubt
that
about it.
really,
So there's one away.
if they had gone somewhere else, would have had a totally different result.
Good hit and run situation here with Frank White up.
Do that.
Okay, now, so we now go back to the WPIX broadcast.
So you really think they each had their own camera feeds, or camera teams, or you think it was just one feed? And what do you think?
It had to have been different.
No, I think they all had one feed. There's no way that you would have had
3-1, the
three
Royals
different
in front.
cameras at the first base side,
Pitch out, but
behind
he
home
was
in
not
center
going.
field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was a pitch out right there.
That was a pitch up.
Strike 1-1. Rojas at first. A little high with the breaking pitch, 2-1. Chuck Hiller flashing the signs. White's a good hit and run man. Keep an eye on Rojas. And Mike will tie his shoelace.
These days, would that be a pitch clock violation?
Long season, Frank
No,
Missile winding
if
down
they
with
thought
this
they
ball
did it
game.
on purpose. Then
Yes, I'll
yes.
tell you something though, the Yankees and the Royals, much more fortunate than the Phillies and the Dodgers in that they have had much better weather to play their
Yeah.
ball games.
Right. He's going. The hit and run is on. He fouled it off. Rojas will have to come back.
Another four-letter word nowadays, Greg. Hit and run.
Here's Cookie.
That's 3 words.
I know, just
2-2.
my point was, we don't see hit and runs anymore. Very rarely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but when we do see a hit and
Struck
run, we
him
go
out.
crazy for it now.
Third
Yeah.
strikeout for Torres.
Yeah.
Boy, he is quick tonight.
Back then, though, you used to get criticized if they didn't hit and
Bounced
run.
to short, foul to the catcher. He is hitting every game up till this one. Last year and this year. Ball 1.
Not only is he hitting every game, Scooter, he's driven in 9 runs in the 2 years of the championship series between the Yankees and the Royals.
Ball 2. 2-0. Two men are out. 3-1, the Royals lead. Bottom of the 4th. There goes Cookie. What a jump. Patek takes it. No chance for Munson.
Like Splittorff did with Rivers, Torres never even bothered to throw over to first, and Cookie Rojas was able to steal second easily.
Smart base running.
Yes, it is. Here he goes. Looks back. Watch the play. Takes his slide into second base, but no throw down there by Munson. He stole that base on Torres.
Man,
It was a
every
strike.
slide into second base, the runners are coming up with their spikes up high.
Line to right field. Tough play for Blair. Foul ball. Holy
If
cow.
that's fair, that's an RBI double for Patek.
Boom.
So, there was a great play by Mickey Rivers that saved a run. Freddie Patek just barely misses an RBI double. The Royals could have scored 2 runs in this inning.
Been an exciting year, exciting playoffs, and still the World Series to go.
Mm-hmm.
Five feet 4 inches, Freddie Patek. Outside. 3-2.
The Dodgers are beat them twice, right? 77, 78.
That's correct.
So the Yankees lost
Cookie
three
Rojas
straight
down there at
World
second base is listed as 38
I'm
years
sorry?
of
Series.
age.
So the Yankees lost 3 straight World Series.
No.
When he retires
They lost
at the
in
end of this year, he'll probably be 41
76,
or
then they
42.
beat the
Yeah,
Dodgers in
he started playing
77 and
ball in this
78.
country in 1956.
That was the Dodgers.
Would have made him only 17 years old.
Bounce it at
And I
third.
love how they
Nice
mentioned
play
earlier.
by Nettles. And throws him out. A beautiful clutch play by Greg Nettles. No
I love how
runs,
they mentioned
no
earlier
errors,
how
a man
Cookie
left. End of
Rojas,
4. Royals
He's
3,
retiring
Yankees
and he
1.
already has a coaching job lined up.
Yeah.
Base hit, center
Didn't you
field.
know that they know
He
that
reached
that
out
was
for
the
that
beginning of a long
fastball, drilled
coaching
into
career?
center.
Yeah.
Lucky Dent at first. Just before
Was he
came
was a
up
coach
by
for the
second,
Mets
right
too,
there.
right?
That's
Good
correct.
For the Yankees.
That you did, Scooter.
Mickey struck out and then ripped a single to center, stole a base and scored.
That takes Mickey to get on to make things happen for the Yankees.
Right, and then it takes Munson to
Yo,
come up
that
in the
bat
clutch.
is bigger than Mickey Rivers.
Yeah, it is.
Strike 1. Mick bluffs the bunt.
And Greg, were you on here at the last podcast
Usually
with,
say
with
man
the
bluffs a
story
bunt,
about
bring the
Mickey
third baseman
Rivers
in.
and
There's
the money?
Doug Bird up in the bullpen. But Brett can't get
No,
any closer.
I watched it, but I
And
wasn't.
they're going to have trouble getting... Oh, if that ball had hit the ground, they'd have never gotten him. And Mickey stepped on...
Paul Splittorff made a very good play to field that high bouncer and get the speedy Rivers.
Both looked
So
at
Alex,
one
tell
another,
Greg the
almost let
story
it
about
drop.
Mickey Rivers.
Oh.
Right, before
Yeah,
you tell me the
that's
story, hold on, before we do that. So that's a situation where the AstroTurf actually helped
Here's the play again.
Kansas City.
The pitcher
Yeah, it
Splittorff
kinda
has
did.
an underhand toss to Wappen. Ouch.
Because if it's not the bounce, it's a tougher play for him.
I'll tell you one thing that has not played that
And he
much
had to
first
catch
base.
it
John
on
Mayberry
that
normally
bounce,
out there,
because
but
if not,
Mayberry
if
came
another
up
bounce
ill during the
happens,
course of yesterday's game and had to
Rivers
leave
is
and
safe.
was not able to start tonight.
Okay.
All right, Willie
So-
Randolph bounced it short and walked.
Here's
3-1,
the
Royals lead in the top of the fifth.
story with Mickey Rivers. He famously struggled with a gambling addiction that left him constantly broke despite his high salary. Known for betting on horses, he once demanded a $10,000 cash advance from George Steinbrenner, only to lose the money out of his pocket while sliding into second base during a game.
Bouncer right at Patek. Dent had a hold at second. They got him.
So they actually gave Rivers $10,000 in cash, and he had it in his back pocket in the middle of a game, and sliding into third, the money all
There
came
he
out.
is, the Yankee captain, Thurman Munson. Robbed of a base hit on a fine
That
play
would
by Patek
probably
in the first,
get you a
single right to
suspension
drive
in
the one
baseball
Yankee
now.
run in the third.
Munson
That would
knocked
get
in
you a
5
call.
runs down the
That would
series.
get you a
He had
call from
6
the
hits
IRS.
Yeah.
and 18 trips.
Even Pete Rose played a game without money falling out of his pocket.
Every time Munson comes up, he'll ask the plate umpire, in this case Nick Bremingen, to take a look at the baseball, and that time it will come out of play. Well, Thurman is 1 for 3.
And Splitoff didn't like that ball just because he changed it, so he gets another one. The fans like that. 2 men out. Wind has been blowing to the left. The only man to take advantage of it so far has been Cliff Johnson. And he hit his right off the end of the bat, otherwise it'd been long
Alex,
gone.
who's hitting?
Thurman Munson.
Low ball 1.
Dermot Munson was worse than David Wright, and no more Garcia Parra getting into that dugout. Let me get into the batting.
Really?
Dent at second. Right to Frank White. Throws him out. No runs to hit, no errors. A man left. End of 4.5. Royals 3, Yankees 1.
Those look like comfortable benches. What do you think?
Triple to right center field. The ball got over Mickey Rivers' head and all the way to the wall. McRae
The
scored.
benches in the dugout look terrible.
Brett at third. Al Collins with a ground ball.
Metal.
Real high chopper, really. And Brett was able to score run number 2. The Yankees got 1 run back.
Yeah, Mike Torres were Willie
Mickey
Mays
Rivers
number.
singled and stole second.
Oh, yeah.
Home on Munson's single to right field. And the Royals added a run in the third inning on a leadoff double by Al McRae. He moved up on an infield out and scored on Al Collins, single to left. And that's the way we stand right now, 3-1, going to the bottom half of the fifth. And that Al McRae is up again. And he has had 7 hits so far in this series.
Been a tough man.
I tell you, in today's game,
scored in the first,
in
doubled
today's
and scored
production,
in the third.
the television games, you probably would have seen 30 shots of Reggie Jackson in the dugout by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would have heard people commenting about it constantly, like, when is he coming in the game?
Yeah.
Very nice play by Willie Randolph. Well-timed leap, 1 away.
Willie was sweet.
You get that McRae out, it's a tough out.
Yes, he is. He's never an easy out.
George Brett has triple a drive and a run and scored, and bounced to first base to help set up the second run. Ball 1. Big battle in that first inning when Brett slid hard in the third. 2-0. Both teams coming out in the field. Mike Torres. There's Greg Nettles. 3-0.
You're not going to be watching every single inning from now on, right?
The pitch wasn't even
Not
close.
every single
Brett.
inning.
They were the ones that got into it. Ball 4. First walk given up by Yankee pitchers in the ball game. Now Al Collins. Yankees had stopped Collins after the
Has
first
Chambliss
game
done anything in
when he
this
got
game?
3 hits.
I haven't heard his name once.
And the first time up in this game, but then he ripped single.
Chambliss.
Chris Chambliss. No, like they mentioned earlier, he had a tough series, so he really hasn't done anything. The exact opposite of what he did in '76.
Okay.
1 out. There goes Brett. And Munson straw, they got him. Great.
Right on the money from Thurman Munson.
Really been throwing in this series, Frank.
Yes, he
Yo,
is throwing
Alex, how
well.
many seasons did Munson play?
Oh, Brett.
I think he started in 1970.
Greg, watch the positioning for Randolph here.
Munson straightens up.
Taking this throw.
And
No, the
verdict
throw went
to
towards
Randolph.
right field. That's why.
Well, he's got it. Easy tag on Brett coming in.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was all arm. Munson didn't even get out of his crouch until after he caught the ball.
Another angle on it. The pitch was a strike to Collins. Now it's 1-1.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, Alex, is I know he had a shorter career because he died in his prime. But man, that dude should have been a Hall of Famer. Could have been a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Who,
2
Munson?
balls and
Yeah.
a strike. 2 men out.
I was
Going on.
thinking about that,
3-1,
Greg. So I looked at his
Bottom of the
career
fifth.
stats. So up until when he passed away, he had gone 11 seasons, and he batted .292 career. So that's pretty good, obviously. And
Good slider, 2-2.
he didn't hit a lot of home runs. He had about 193. You figure at the age of 32, which is when he died,
Yeah, you remember the
as
one
a
with the big
catcher, he
argument
probably
back
would have played maybe
then?
another
Frank
6
White had
seasons
said,
at
and the
most.
umpire said he missed him.
Right.
At 38 back then. But he
Yeah.
did play,
Well, did
Foul,
that,
he jammed him.
yeah, did that have his OPS?
a little over 700.
That's not a great OPS. So you're right, not a lot of power, but
Yeah, and his, but a lot of hits. He averaged about 180 hits a year. And it would have been close, because if you extrapolated that out another 6 or 7 years, he would have come at about 2,800. He would have been close to 3,000 hits
wow, for a catcher?
for a
That's
catcher.
Off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, Willie's got to hurry. Safety called him. Holy cow.
Oh, he looked out. He
I
looked
think,
out.
I think he's saying Chambliss was off the bag. He came off too soon.
First base umpire Bill
No, I don't
Hagan.
think so. He's on.
I thought he called that play a little too soon. Collins can fly, and Billy Martin. Well, I said he's been ripping the
As Alex
umpires the
noted
whole
earlier
series.
about Munson, he was clutch, right? So
That's
another thing.
correct.
Got to be a base hit.
That's another argument Billy is going to lose.
Oh, no doubt about that. The umpires go a longer ways in playoffs and World Series than they would go during the regular season. By now, Billy would have been gone. I give him a little more time to argue.
As long as he
Can we
watches
show
his
the
language
replay,
down there and
please?
chooses his
Yeah,
words
they
carefully.
will. The first one isn't very good, though.
Here's the play again. Let's watch it.
That's terrible
That
camera
angle
work.
is just no way to
Yeah,
tell.
he didn't come off the bag for sure. He was on the bag the whole time.
Another angle, Frank.
Let's see what we can see on this angle. Randolph getting it over there as quickly as he can.
It was close.
That looked like a tie to
Close
me.
to tell.
Yep.
Photo finish.
That's why an umpire's
It's all right
job
now,
is
the
so
dude was
tough.
out.
You can watch that over and over again.
Here we go, here we go.
The umpire down there a lot closer to it. He's got to make
Ball's
the
not.
judgment
It was
call.
close, Greg. It could have been a tie.
The runner was safe at first base.
I think he was out.
All right, Amos Otis.
But anyway,
One
you
single
know,
and struck
Randolph
out.
actually, he could have thrown that ball harder.
Strike one.
Yeah.
I can see why there's almost no artificial turf anymore. I mean, the artificial turf made these plays a lot tougher.
Yeah, but I think you
Otis
can
has
definitely
trouble with the
tell
hot
there's a
stuff.
home field advantage because the
Bounces
Yankee
one toward
infield
second.
has had trouble on the turf the whole
Randolph
time.
throw in the dirt, scooped up by Chambliss. Beautiful play. Oh, man, he snatched that one.
He snatched that one and he gave a dirty look to
No
the
errors, a
umpire.
man left
Yeah, he
at the
did.
end of 5. Royals
Yeah.
3, Yankees 1.
Okay, so the Royals and Yankees started scoring early, but after Mike Torres came in, both teams went down pretty quietly for 4 innings. So we move ahead now to the bottom of the 7th with the Royals still leading 3-1.
Greg Nuttall's off his chest. Can he get him? Good recovery. He got him.
That was a good play by Greg Nettles. I mean, even though he bobbled it, he took his time, didn't panic, and he was able to still get him. And who has decided to join us now?
Sometimes you get it on the grass.
It is Uncle Doug.
Oh, hi!
There we go.
Red Ponte is over
3-1. 3-1 Royals, bottom of the 7th.
Both championship series between the
What did I
Royals and
miss?
the
Can we
Yankees
start
coming
from the
into this
beginning?
one. Twice and popped up to Munson.
Now
And
you tell me.
And Greg's on the other end in Houston with some margaritas.
You've missed quite a lot.
I know. I'll pick up.
In the outer right field.
Obviously, remember,
Blair
you missed a
going
big
back.
fight early in the
And
game,
he's got it.
and no one got kicked out.
Blair got a good
Yeah,
job
that's
on
funny
the
how that works.
2 outs.
And Doug,
And
we've
then
been
you saw
talking.
some terrible defense by the Yankees.
Yeah.
in the first
Alan
inning.
McRae, the batter.
The Yankees had a lot of
Which is
trouble.
really a big theme here in the game, for sure.
Isn't that something?
The Yankees had a lot of trouble handling the Kansas City
The
turf.
announcers talked about it like it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
He has scored twice.
They thought the new stadiums and the AstroTurf were great.
I think Bill White of the Royals.
Are you on the road or in South Carolina?
For this championship series on their club, this man would win it hands
I
down.
only made it halfway home from Clemson before the snow got too bad, so I grabbed another hotel in Spartanburg.
This is what baffles me right here. Look at this.
And he's going to be out easily.
What the hell is he trying to stretch it into a double for?
He was out by like
Was that Al
3.
McRae?
Yeah.
He was out by like.
Yeah, McRae's Mr. Douglas, so he was going for it.
But I mean, he was out by a mile and a half.
Trying to stretch it into a double with 2
Yeah.
outs.
By Al McRae.
So, Doug, the other thing is the whole thing about Reggie Jackson not starting this game.
Thanks to strike. I tell you, Luke was getting
And
all
they
over
haven't-
McRae.
and we were saying in today's game, the camera would be on him in the dugout the entire game, but they haven't mentioned it once.
And it's going to be a base hit for Randolph, so the Yankees get the leadoff man on.
So now the top of the 8th, right?
Yes.
Did Clemson win?
They did. They looked pretty good.
Randolph on,
Pittsburgh's
Munson
not very
coming up.
good.
The Yankees
No,
trailing
that's
3-1.
There's Thurman.
Yeah. With Thurman Munson coming up, and Munson hit split off well in his career, Whitey Herzog is going to go to righty Doug Bird.
As you watch Whitey Herzog
And
come
Greg,
up, well, he's walking out
Thurman Munson was, when I was 11 years old in 76, I went to my first Middletown Little League Yankee Stadium trip. It was a Monday night game against the Orioles, and Munson hit a home run like
Well,
in
you
the
never know
row
what
right
they
in front
might
of
have
me.
talked about on the bench. While the Royals were batting, split our pitching with 3 days
Yeah, we
rest,
all
and
got
that's going
our
to be all
favorite
for him.
ones
Billy
and
Martin
stories, for sure.
over in the Yankee dugout.
Alex, I tell you, you're going to love this scrapbook I made when I was a kid.
It may have been decided on the bench that if the first man got on, he'd come out of the
So,
ball
Doug,
game.
one of the things we were asking was whether or not Thurman would have been a Hall of Famer had he finished his career.
A well-deserved standing ovation for Paul Splittorff. He tips his cap, and he pitched a hell of a ball game, and on 3 days rest too.
Yeah, look at his career numbers. He had some really good years. He's one of the greats in Royals history. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
You know,
I would have voted for Thurman in the Hall had he, been able to have a full career. Although I was always, I never liked people talking about Thurman or Carlton Fisk or Gary Carter in the same vein as Johnny Bench. I was such an elitist about Bench.
So, Billy Martin made a wise choice by not starting Reggie in this game because Splittorff pitched one hell of a game.
I tell you, Frank, the way Pinella's been hitting the ball game this series, you would think they'd let him pass.
I don't know, though, Doug. I was looking at his stats. He wasn't a big home run hitter. But he would have came close to 3,000 hits.
Still warming up out there.
Yeah. And he was an MVP and the leader of one of the great teams of his era, on top of the fact that he was a really good hitter.
And he was good defensively, too.
Randolph's leadoff single.
Yeah.
He's sixth hit of the ball.
Yeah, you missed my intro about him and Reggie and George and Billy. About, the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you guys started breaking up.
Yeah, I did.
Alex, if you had been alive during all of that Billy Martin, George Steinbrenner, Reggie Jackson stuff, you wouldn't have believed the way it went every day. It was crazy. The Bronx Zoo, that phrase, that expression is as perfect about anything as you'll ever hear. It was an absolute zoo.
Yeah.
There were internal fights every day.
Tell me about it.
There's Reggie.
Yeah.
There he is.
I mentioned what happened at Fenway between Billy and Reggie.
Yeah. Well, Greg, did we see Reggie was Reggie on the bench, or was he in the clubhouse pouting, and they didn't take shots of him because of that?
They didn't take shots of him once, and they didn't even mention it until now. And
he probably already had 5 or 6 beers.
Now, in fairness, though, Doug, we've been watching mostly the Yankee broadcast, so they probably would not have touched. They would not have touched the controversy with a 10-foot ball.
That's a good point.
So, with Splittorff out of the game, Reggie is now going to pinch hit for Cliff Johnson with 1 out and runners on the corners.
Did Cliff Johnson strike out in this game and fall down and have his helmet fall off? I love that about Cliff Johnson.
He didn't strike out, but he did so on a couple of foul balls. His helmet went flying.
Reggie Jackson batting for Cliff Johnson. Reggie did not start the ball game tonight because of his past history of not being able to hit Splittorff and his problems with the outfield on the artificial turf. He took the benching very, very well.
Yeah. That's another reason why they didn't start Reggie, because of the AstroTurf.
So they didn't start Reggie because of the AstroTurf, but they put Lou Piniella in left field.
Right.
Well, who else were they going to put in? That was the thing.
All right, Bill. Fouled it back, 1-1.
Toughest job in baseball might be pinch hitting, especially if you're a regular player. And Jackson has played regularly all of his career. Coming out there,
man, Alex, I love Reggie Jackson.
I hated his guts.
Yeah. Another reason why Yankee fans sided with Billy is because, Steinbrenner was a crook and Reggie was an egomaniac.
You've got to get the bat on the ball. There's only one away. Yankees need
Billy was only a drunk and a brawler.
Yeah.
Like your normal
Out in the
American
center
family.
field, Otis coming on, and he can't get to it. Otis playing deep, couldn't get it. It's a base hit.
Now,
Randolph scores.
Otis was playing Reggie deep, and you have to play Reggie deep. You have to respect his power, but you saw in the replay, he kind of broke back, and if he didn't break back, I think he would have caught it.
He stopped long enough for it to fall in front of him. Here it is.
Look.
Alex,
Yeah.
I saw Dick Hauser, the third base coach. Who's the first base coach?
The first base coach?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm pretty sure.
Popped it up, but I think that's going to be out of play. And
I have to look that up.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him. Wearing number 33. They just showed him, but I didn't see his face.
Gets a little tight.
Hey, Doug, while he looks that up, the other interesting point in this game is that this is Cookie Rojas' last game, or last season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last game, too. You're right the first time.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, so this is Cookie Rojas' last season. And they only said that he already had a punching job lined up.
How about that?
Good slide arm
I love
slider
the
by
Rojas
Gori. Was playing a fastball, but slid over.
Was Cookie Puerto Rican?
Skipper Billy Martin in the Yankee dugout.
I don't
No,
think
he
so.
was Cuban, I
Normally you
believe.
look for that knuckle curve.
Cuban,
that
maybe?
screwball
I believe
front.
so, Cuban, yeah.
Nettles a little surprised at the slider.
Ooh.
Right field, Collins is going back, and he's got it. Runners do not tag, they hold, and we're 2 down.
Look at Freddie Contact. Look at
This was his 33rd birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex pointed out his size earlier in the game.
2 outs, runners at first.
5'4" Freddie Potek.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Shortest
So,
player in history.
Yeah, an inch shorter than Jose Altuve.
Yeah. It says here that the first base coach was Steve Burrows.
wow, remember him at all. You guys?
I don't remember that at all.
No, but I think officially he's 2 inches taller.
Oh, he's 5'6".
That was a great play by Frank White.
What is Reggie Jackson arguing about? He was out by a mile and a half.
By Reggie at second base, and the Yankees are retired. Here in the
Reggie
8th
should
inning,
get up
an
and punch him in the
outstanding
thigh.
play by Frank White.
But Reggie was out by a mile and a half, and he came off for that
Reggie
bag,
ran hard,
screaming at the
trying to
out.
get the bag.
Yeah.
Potek was knocked out.
Yeah.
At the end of 7
But that was a
and half,
great
the
play by
Royals
Frank White to save a
lead the
run.
Yankees too. Torres comes rolling in.
Was Duo Washington on this team too?
Run is triple, ground
No,
out, walk.
not
He
yet.
scored a run and batted in a run tonight. Out of play on the left side. Bucky Dad gets a nice hop. And there's one away.
Case the fans looking ahead, Frank Mess. It'll be Paul Blair, Bucky Dent, and Mickey Rivers against Steve Mingori in the 9th inning for the Yankees. Torres has done some kind of job. Mike coming out of the bullpen for the first time since 1974. He's really slammed the door on the Royals.
He has done a very, very good
Alex,
job.
I'm on margarita
Struck
number
out
2.
4, walk,
Oh,
out of 3
jeez.
hits.
Try not to get drunk, okay?
Before he came
Hey,
up the
Greg,
ball
the
game.
Giants just signed
Oh,
Luis
we're way
Perez.
past that, Alex. We're
Torres will
way
work to
past
Al
that.
Collins to right field. Collins is 2 for 3.
Hey, Greg, the Giants
That was
just
a
signed
tough
Luis Perez.
Chopper in the 5th.
Hey, what'd you say, bud?
The
Reggie
Giants
Jackson
just
over the
signed
Yankee dugout.
Luis
Outside manager
Perez.
Billy Martin.
Luis Ariz, the hitter.
At the corner, it's 1-1.
Yeah, no, that's a solid signing for any team.
He's a perfect illustration of how baseball's changed. What, 3-time batting champion, but on 3 different teams in 3 different years?
Yeah.
He's just not valued. He's not paid like even a good play.
Freaking 100%.
Mickey Rivers gets there. Looks like it might
Just
drop for the
because you don't
bases, but
slug,
Rivers got
they
a
don't
good job
value him.
and picked it up.
Well, that's one of the things we were talking about earlier, Doug.
You would think that the Toronto Blue Jays is changing their perception.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Brett earlier in the game gave up his at bat to bring a guy over to third base from second base. You just don't. There was a couple of hit and runs in this game. You just stuff you don't see anymore.
Yeah. That's
And I
fun.
like the way Mickey went
So
back
Pete
on that
Lecoq
jump
is
on
coming
the
up.
wall.
He came in the game in the
Picked off
6th
the
inning when he
ball with
pitched
his
hit
foot.
for
Held
John
on to it.
Wathen.
2 outs, and Amos Otis is the
You know
batter.
who his dad was, Alex? Pete
Who?
Lecoq's dad?
Who?
Hollywood Squares.
Peter Marshall.
Otis
The host
is
Peter
of Hollywood
Marshall, the
Squares.
host of Hollywood Square,
Bunted
the
for a
original
base hit in the
Hollywood
first
Squares.
inning.
I didn't realize that.
That was his
Thrown out on a
his-
fine play by Randolph and Chambliss in the 5th.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Amos Otis. Excuse me.
But still good
One
trivia,
ball,
Doug.
one
Freddie Potek's dead.
No, he
They're
ain't.
working on Patek over there
Not
in
yet.
the Kansas City Royals dugout. Strike 2, ball and 2 strikes.
Think about the fact that the Royals had two world-class red asses on that team in Cal McRae and Lou Piniella.
Yeah.
A.O. being
Total
Amos Otis and
knockouts.
MT being Mike Torres.
Of course, you also missed the intro where I showed that play at second base where Hal McRae barreled into Willie Randolph to break a double play.
Yeah, classic. Is that worse than the Chase Utley play, Alex?
Oh, that.
Utley was worse.
3 and 2
Nah,
Otis.
This one, Hal McRae
Well, if he's going to do well, that'll be on
slid
the
into
pitch,
him
he's gotta
like
be a
about
fastball.
4
He doesn't
feet
want to get Otis
beyond
away.
second base.
Oh, I know.
Otis knowing it isn't going to be up. He knows
It was
isn't
allowed
going to be
then.
up and in. So he'll
I
be
mean,
out there
Hutley's
charging.
at least
Stands
was
off
right
the
around the
plate,
base,
stands
but
off the
Hal
plate.
McRae was
Gotta
way
be
off the base when he hit that.
And it is outside. Otis gets a walk. Only the
Yeah,
second
Eddie, I
hit
don't
by
know. Take a
Torres.
replay. Take a look at that replay there on this side. I'm pretty
Mike
sure
will
he was
take time
already
to tie
behind the
right
base as
shoelace.
well, but they were both very, very
The
similar.
Royals are leading 3-2. And with the left hand hitting Pete LeCoq coming up.
Now it's
Martin
Pete
is coming
LeCoq.
out. Martin will very possibly go to Sparky Lyle.
He could go to Sparky Lyle, lefty-lefty.
Warmed up in the Yankee bullpen.
He's talking to Munson going, what should I do?
Sparky out there waiting for the call.
You know, LeCoq, Frank, hits the ball the other way much of the time. Billy might, he is going to let Mike stay in there because LeCoq really, unless you make a mistake and or you throw a fastball with no velocity at all or hang a breaking ball, LeCoq will.
And in the intro, you also missed the part where I mentioned in Game 4 when Billy brought in Sparky Lyle in the 4th inning.
We were talking about that earlier with Bill Rizzuto. LeCoq used to be a
How
pretty
many
good
innings
full
did
hitter
he
when he
pitch
was with
in
the
that
Cubs.
Once he came in the fourth.
And now he's going the other way.
Let's
He struck
see.
out. Runner goes. Pitch out. Let's see if Munson gets him. He's safe.
They messed up the pitch out, though. The
Yeah.
pitch out was way too high and away.
Now it's a problem.
So I think Lyle pitched 5 1/3 in that game.
Single will score.
He pitched the whole game.
Here's Otis
That's
hitting a
why.
good
Hey, Alex,
jump.
I'm going to drop off a little bit to you.
This is
So
only
great job.
The
I'm
fifth
sorry
stolen
Uncle
base of the
Doug
Royals
showed
in
up
this
because you're in
series.
good hands
Short
with
hop.
your
That
dad.
ball
Thank
Take it
you.
easy, bud. Thanks.
Bye now.
They might have had
I'll talk to you soon. Great.
I'll see
Hey,
you.
this is the best podcast on the internet, man.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no doubt. It's the best.
LeCoq
Thanks for
fouled
including me.
toward the upper deck on the
Thank
right side.
you.
Well, they said, Frank,
Bye
before the
now.
series that the Royals would take advantage of Munson and the Yankee pitchers. Well, they've stolen 5 bases now. They've been caught 3 times.
Did you get a lot of snow over there, Doug?
Haven't been caught yet.
What was that?
Did you get a lot of
I was
snow?
on the CB.
Yeah, it's coming like crazy. I mean, I moved to the Carolinas and they got a nor'easter. Last week, biggest ice storm
Amos
in
Otis at
23
second
years.
base
This
after a
week,
walk and a stolen
biggest
base.
snowstorm in
2 out.
8 years.
Did you
So
bring
yeah,
your
we're gonna get like 7 or 8 inches at the house.
Did you bring your snowblower down from
3
Glenville?
and 1.
No, I was so happy to have sold it this summer, but I did bring one of my shovels and one of my ice chippers. So I'm in good shape. I'm okay.
It seems to be all right as you saw him.
Well, I'm
walking
glad
down
you
by
guys
the
got
bench
it
of the
instead of
dugout.
us because we have no place to put it.
No, I have nothing to complain about compared to you guys. And
Strike
the
2.
bitter
3
cold
and
is
2 on
good.
LeCoq.
Last night, you know what the actual temperature got to last night?
Single digits, right?
-10 was the actual temperature last night. No, that doesn't even count a wind chill because it wasn't really windy at all.
Low fastball. And
Yikes.
LeCoq walks. Back-to-back base on balls after 2 men were out.
Well, Mark's coming
Alex,
out.
is
That's
your
got
mom
to be
on?
all for Mike Torres.
She's actually at a 60-year-old college friend's birthday party in Pennsylvania.
The winner of this game tonight
Okay.
will go on to play the Dodgers.
Hang on. So now with runners on first and second, with 2 outs, and Billy now will go to Sparky Lyle. You really got to give it to Torres. 5 1/3 innings of scoreless relief. So we'll start the at-bat with the NBC broadcast and end it with the WPIX broadcast.
Or the announcers.
For the NBC broadcast?
No, for PIX.
Oh, PIX. Frank Messer, Phil Rizzuto, and Bill White.
Okay.
And then you got Joe G, Kubek, and
just Joe Garagiola and Tony Kubek.
By this point, maybe they had gotten rid of having the local announcers join.
Yeah.
By 78. Yeah.
But they still allowed the local channels to broadcast the locals.
Yeah, how about that?
You know, when Amos Otis stole the first pitch against Mike Torres, he took quite a gamble right there, but he got away with it.
Yeah. Did you guys read Jim Bouton's ball 4?
Say that again?
Did you guys read the ball 4 Jim Bouton's book?
I lost you there, Doug. Did you guys read something?
Yeah, Jim Bouton.
Oh, ball 4?
The book he wrote. Ball 4.
Yeah. I did, Alex.
Yeah, just the story about what Sparky Lyle did to every birthday cake that was delivered to the Yankees clubhouse.
Kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
That's all I think of when I see him now.
Yeah. And another thing, when Torres stole second, when he on the first pitch, he even made it on the pitch out.
Alex, what year did Sparky win the Cy Young?
This year, 77.
It was this year.
Joe mentioned before this ball game started, they split the season series. They split the championship series 2 games apiece.
Okay, so I'm going to pause this and head back to the WPIX broadcast.
Series. For the loser of the ball game, it's all over until next year.
I think Yankee fans have got to be happy with their ball club, Frank. No matter what happens here, they've fought back all year. They've overcome a lot of things.
1-2 pitch. He struck him out to retire the side. Lyle comes in to fan Rojas, and we'll go to the top half of the ninth inning.
So Sparky Lyle's able to strike out Cookie Rojas to get the Yankees out of the jam. And get this, that was Cookie Rojas' last at bat as he hung up the spikes after this game.
Dennis Leonard, one of only 3 20-game winners.
So the Royals are 3 outs away from winning the pennant. Whitey Herzog elects to go with Game 3 stopper Dennis Leonard, as he's not confident in his closer Mark Littell, who had struggled during the year. But Herzog is still taking a risk because Leonard isn't accustomed to short relief like this.
Is Paul Blair batting?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Dennis Leonard, born in Brooklyn, New York, attended Iona College. He won 20, he lost 12 during the regular season. He made 1 relief appearance during the season and picked up a save in that ball game. They have just moved the center fielder on this straight away. Blair pops up outside of first. See if Lecoq has a play. No, he will not. Blair is still alive. Kansas City is leading 3-2. Everything boils down now to this top half of the ninth inning. Roy White is on deck. It's a ball. 2-2. Looked like that hard slider from Leonard. Missing just
Alex, do you like that back at that time the American League umpires, when they were the home plate umpires, had the chest protectors that they held outside?
Oh, yeah.
Cock chasing, but no chance.
And if I remember correctly, though, Doug, I don't think the National League umpires used them. I always thought it was just...
At least not in... I agree. I think, at least in our childhood, I think they already had the chest protectors inside their jacket.
Yeah. Because back then, the umpires were separated by league.
Yeah.
Blair looks one, and that's going to drop for the base hit. Blair is on with a key leadoff single here in the ninth inning.
Well, Paul Blair coming through. Now we're going to have a discussion.
And I think the one league, like in this game, or no, these are all American League umpires.
Yeah.
But in the World Series and the All-Star game, seems like they wore different colored jackets or something, again, to differentiate the two leagues.
Yeah, I agree.
Or let him swing away.
Also different caps as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So left-handed hitter Roy White is going to hit for the right-handed hitter Bucky Dent against the righty Leonard. Which is the right move. I mean, he got 2 doubles off Leonard in Game 3.
The other night, Roy doubled to left field. He was thrown out, trying to stretch it into a triple. And he also doubled to right field and came in to score a run.
What the Yankees want to do here, Frank, is get down into Munson and Piniella and Reggie Jackson if they can. Of course, when we say they want to play to win on the road, that means swing the bat. Play to tie on the road, you would use White to sacrifice.
Mickey Rivers remembers the on-deck hitter. Brett is looking for the bunt down the line at third base. Roy is going to swing away.
Mark Littell has joined Dura in the Royals bullpen. Littell and Dura.
Royals bullpen is up again. Right-hander Mark Littell, left-hander Larry Gura. 1 ball and no strikes on Roy White. Leonard goes after Blair, trying to shorten up his lead. This artificial surface, you try to get a little extra lead, but don't get caught.
You do not want to get picked off in this situation. No way.
Alex, is that Darryl Porter behind the plate?
Yes, it is.
That's a ball.
Whoa.
2 balls and no strikes.
You know, Frank, big thing here. We're talking about Ron Guidry having to pitch with 2 days rest and Paul Splittorff with 3. Well, Denny Leonard is out there with just 1 day's rest. No way he can have the velocity that he normally has.
There's Blair at first base. Gets as big a lead as he can. It's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Darryl Porter will go out. You know, we talked, Bill White, about getting that extra step lead if you can. The ball, on a base hit, you want to go as far as you can. That ball gets the outfielders so
So do you
fast.
think, Alex, it was a good decision?
While you're talking, Frank, Mickey
Not
Rivers
to
went
go to
back to the
Littell?
Yankee dugout and said Martin
Not
had
to
something
what?
to say
Go
to
to
him. I think
Littell
Mickey
to
just
start
went
the
back
inning
for a drink.
versus
He's not nervous.
Well, I think
using Leonard?
Whitey's lack of confidence in Littell is what really cost the Royals in this inning. So I don't think it was the right move.
The Royals are leading 3-2. It's the top of the ninth.
Because you'll
Blair at
see
first base.
it turns out to be the wrong move.
What were Littell's numbers during the regular season?
That I have to look up.
3-2.
So he started out 3-0. Now he's got a full count on him.
I never remembered Dennis Leonard being a redhead.
Blair is going. White fouled it back. Yankees gambling, running Blair.
I always thought Messer had a really good broadcast voice.
Yeah, I agree.
3-2 on White.
Littell's numbers were 8-4 and an ERA of 3.61. Only 12 saves.
Leonard chases Blair back again.
I mean, back then there wasn't such a concentration on making sure you got save or player in just for saves.
Or the second baseman, Frank White. You got to be a hole either on the left side of second or the right side of second.
Players going, and White
And a lot of starters still trying to complete the
second base.
This is brinkmanship. A lot of guys who play this thing safe. They let Blair stay there at first base and see what White does.
At one point they say, as Roy White was stepping into the box, bunt at home, swing on the road. And they're also saying bunt to tie on the road and swing to win on the road. Do you guys agree with that?
That was old school always.
Blair's going again. Ball 4. White walks, and the Yankees have runners at first and second.
Yeah, I never had a strong feeling on that one, Alex. You hear it, but I never paid it much attention.
Now, Mickey, of course, will not hit into too many double plays, but I don't know if, let's see, might be decided for Billy Martin. Herzog coming up. They've got Larry Gura,
was that Craig Sager sitting in a white trench coat at the end of the Royals dugout?
Left-hander Gura. He's already made the sign for Gura.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Mickey Rivers.
So they were making a pretty good point about Dennis Leonard pitching on short rest, but they're also bringing in Larry Gura, Billy Martin's arch nemesis, who also wasn't accustomed to short relief. Now, originally they were going to have Mickey Rivers bunt, but after he let the first pitch go by, they decided to let him swing.
There's Brett there, and Pete Lecoq, who really is not a good fielding first baseman, is in close at first base.
It's amazing to me how such key players during a regular season, coaches just,
look at that infield.
If they lost confidence in you, you were buried.
Yeah.
Because Littell didn't even get a sniff.
He's going to swing.
You sat Reggie Jackson to start this game. I mean, that's,
as long as they play that
amazing.
way, he's got to swing that thing.
Yeah.
Force him to go back to normal position.
Bringing in Gura makes sense, lefty-lefty matchup with Rivers at the plate.
Did Jackson stay in after the pitch?
He was
yes.
about that time and took a pitch out of the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike.
Alex, why is Larry Gura Billy Martin's arch nemesis?
They've been here before. They won last year.
It goes back to when Larry Gura pitched for the Yankees, as my grandma Gloria is now on. Billy Martin never liked Larry Gura. He never saw him as a good pitcher. He didn't like what he did to stay healthy and stuff. And whenever Gura pitched against the Yankees, Martin was always heckling him.
And it really won't make that much difference anyway with Rivers' speed.
Hi, Grandma.
That ball someplace.
Wait a minute.
2 on, nobody out. The Yankees down.
Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry I came on so late. I forgot all about it.
Oh, that's okay.
You came out at the right time.
That will tie the ball game up. Paul Blair will score the tying run. Roy White goes to third. And Mickey Rivers has come through again for the Yankees.
So Whitey Herzog's lack of faith in Mark Littell is what turns out to cost the Royals dearly in this inning.
And I think this time, Frank, he wants a right-hander, Mark Littell. He's got Littell out there throwing. And he's already made the move for the right-hander.
Can you see me or no?
Yeah, you can see the top of your head. Lower your camera a little bit.
There you go.
There we go. That's better.
Billy Randolph is 1 for 3 tonight with a run scored. Nobody out the infield in tight, runners at first and third, and here we go. A high ball one.
Another thing that Whitey Herzog was thinking about was probably the Chris Chambliss home run the previous year. Even though it was the difference is that was at Yankee Stadium and the game was tied and the Yankee fans caused a long delay by throwing garbage on the field. So this ain't like the last time, because this time the Royals were winning and they were at Kauffman Stadium.
You're right about that. 1-0 pitch. Low outside. Porter had to scramble for it. 2 balls.
Oh, Royal Stadium.
While you're talking about the Yankees, you got to talk about the Royals too. A young,
I wondered about that.
Together,
thought it was still Royal
2
Stadium
years in a
back
row now,
then.
they've been in this thing and have come so close each year. You look at Munson.
Doug, on that on-deck circle bat swing, the old donut on the bat versus the sledgehammer nowadays.
So, to pitch to Willie Randolph, now Whitey Herzog brings in Mark Littell, but it's a little bit late for that now.
Steps off. Randolph steps out. Roy White at third. Mickey Rivers at first. Two-one pitch. It's a ball. 3-1.
And the funny thing is,
you guys think Willie Randolph should have gotten more consideration for the Hall of Fame?
Willie Randolph? I don't think so.
Yeah. All up tight to the inner line. Dick Hauser, the third base coach. In the air, center field. That'll get the go-ahead run in as Otis drifts back and makes the catch. Roy White will score. The Yankees lead 4-3.
First
Mickey
time
Rivers
tonight
bagged up and went to second.
that they lead.
You know, Frank, I hear Phil
I see Freddie Pontiac stayed in the game.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know if he's going to finish this ball game. I better go over there and see if he can make it.
So what do you think about this too, Doug? The fact that you don't bring Littell in, which really sends a message to him.
No doubt.
And then you have to rely on him.
Yeah, it's awful.
Munson is 1 for 4. He drove in the Yankees' first run with a single to right field. There's one out. Rivers at second. The Yankees are leading 4-3.
Alex, what inning is this?
It's the top of the 9th.
Oh boy, I came in at the end of the game.
At the right part.
Ball to the shortstop. Pontiac guns on to first base, and a low throw is dug up by Lecoq. Munson is out. Rivers went to third.
Is Grandpa in bed?
No, actually, he's not here. He went down to see Jesse in play.
Oh! How come you're not there?
Because I'm not feeling all that well yet from my surgery, so I'm just relaxing.
Okay.
And the pitching coach, Galen Cisco, is coming out of the dugout.
Galen Cisco. These names
This is simply
are a
to tell
blast
Littell
for the
what to
past.
throw. Vanilla, I don't think they're going to walk Vanilla to pitch to Reggie Jackson. But Lewis had
Of course you're not going to walk him to pitch to Reggie. What are you, stupid?
So, Doug, what happened to the Big Red Machine in
77
77?
for 20 on the season, so it's just a strategy.
We traded Tony Perez, and we're never the same.
Where they want to pitch Vanilla, they'll probably end up pitching him inside. Frank.
Though George Foster did have an MVP year in 77.
He hit 320 with 49 homers, 52 homers and 149 RBI.
Oh, now I see.
Did they come close to the Dodgers that year, or did the Dodgers run away with it?
That I don't remember, but it seems like it didn't go down to the wire. Seems like we knew all summer we were not going to make it. Then we won the division in 79. And then the split season in 81, we got screwed, and then never after that.
Now. The Yankees have taken the lead 4-3. Bouncing ball, left side. Brett throws high. Threw it away. And another run scores. The Yankees lead 5-3, and Pinello will be.
That was a knee to the gut right there.
Yeah.
And an error charge flanked Brett. Here, watch Brett go to his left now. He comes up with this ball cleanly. I think he tries to get a little bit too much on it. Here he is. He's got plenty of time. Takes about 4 steps. Turns the ball loose high. No way Pete Lecoq can get to it. Rivers.
Not only is that an error, it was an ugly error because he had an hour and a half to throw to first.
And it brings up Reggie with Pinella at second base. 2 outs. Jackson got a key hit in the 8th inning. Pitch hitting for Cliff Johnson to drive in run number 2 for the Yankees. Bullet foul.
You know one thing, Frank, that Phil mentioned, he had talked to Reggie Jackson before the ball game, and a lot of guys would have been very upset by not being able to start in this final game. Billy Martin decided to pencil in Paul Blair, and there's Billy cheering for Reggie. Reggie took it well.
did not grumble, didn't do anything, and he's come in and got a key hit in this ball game.
Mark of a true pro, Bill. Fastball hit the right side. Frank White is up with it. And throws him out, but the Yankees have taken the lead with 2 runs on 2 hits. A key error by the third baseman. 2 runs on 3 hits. 3 runs on 2 hits. And the Yankees have taken the lead here 5-3. 3 runs here in the ninth. Yes, Lyle's got the baseball and a chance to win the ball game. Sparky Lyle is the pitcher of record.
So, was game 4 and 5 played back-to-back days?
Yes.
You know, the key, a lot of key plays in this ball game, Frank. One of the key plays,
I
Mickey
believe
Rivers going
not.
all the way to center field. That's
So
Lucas
Lyle
Stanley,
pitched
shortstop,
5 innings.
leaping
game 4.
high and
I
grabbing
believe
the
so.
drive off the
As you
back
can
of the
see,
corner.
Fred Stanley is now in the game at
Great
shortstop.
on Chris Chambliss. In the 8th
The
inning,
rooster,
saving
right?
the run for the
For the
Royals.
chicken.
Lupinella
Yeah,
made an
the
excellent
chicken,
catch
I
on
The chicken or the rooster?
I think it was the chicken.
Chicken. Oh, Burleson
A
was
lot
the
of good
rooster.
plays in this ball game.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. Here in Kansas City, the Yankees are leading 5-3.
We can't forget either the great job done by Mike Torres coming on in relief and going 5 in the 3rd inning.
Yep, back-to-back days.
Holding the Royals right there at the score. 3 runs off Ron Guidry in 2 1/3. Torres came in and held him till he walked 2 men in the 8th inning, tiring. Lyle in. Lyle the Porter now. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Got him popped up. Fred Stanley.
First pitch
shortstop.
swinging.
All you can do is just shake your head on a first pitch pop-up like that. Especially in a situation like this.
And now Frank White. White is fly deep to left, struck out and grounded out to 3rd.
Yep, I was right, 5 1/3.
So
The Yankees
the other
down
thing,
at one
Doug,
stage of this ball game,
was Sparky
2-0.
Lyle,
Then down 3-1.
going after the first pitch.
White takes
Sparky
the strike.
Lyle pitched over
Came back.
5 innings the
Got
night
lead
before.
3-2 and then scored
Day
3
before,
runs
actually.
in the
The day
top half of
before.
the ninth inning to
In
lead
game 4.
5-3. Strike 2, no
But
balls
look at how
and 2 strikes.
slow and easy he's throwing. You know, it's not max effort. He's not taxing his body like they do now.
He had a nasty slider, too. I think his slider was almost unhittable.
And look at that Yankee
But
bench
he's
cheering
just
him
playing
on.
catch.
That will be a base hit. Mickey Rivers has to play the bounce, and White is on.
Well, that means unless Patek bounces into double play, they're going to get to Hal McRae. And McRae's been one of the Royals' hottest batters. They needed to get Frank White there, Frank.
Look at that, no Royals gear, just like we said in the 1975 World Series at Fenway. The fans didn't wear, they didn't have jackets and jerseys and gear like that.
That's right.
Now is the first base coach, Steve Boss, wants to talk to his base runner. Patek swings.
Now, I believe, Doug,
But
didn't
Edward, when you were a kid, what Mets
All right,
stuff
Frank,
did
you've
you
got a
have?
busy Yankee bullpen.
Say that again?
Dick
Well,
Tidwell and
like,
Don
when you
Young
were a
out there
kid, what
running.
Mets
Normally
gear
we
did
wait
you
till
have?
the
Like,
pitcher
as a
got
Reds
going,
fan,
but
I
they
had
think it's
pajamas,
down.
and I
Well,
had
that's it
caps,
now.
but I didn't have anything beyond that.
No, I didn't have a jersey.
Is cheering
I think we had
loud.
T-shirts every
He's
once
got
in a
him 2
while.
strikes.
Yeah, I guess I probably
And
had
a-
a t-shirt or two.
And a cap. That was it.
Look at that Yankee bench. Cliff Johnson leading the cheers.
But I believe, Doug, right, they're getting rid of... Are they getting rid of Kauffman Stadium?
That continues to be talked about, yeah.
Third, Nettles to Randolph. Double play.
Whoa.
The Yankees have won the pennant. Look at Lyle.
Wow.
It
Now,
was
wait
a
a minute,
double
don't hurt
play.
anybody out there. They've got to play
Look at
Tuesday.
that.
Look at them. They're so happy.
Just completely mobbing Sparky Lyle, who has come on to win his 2nd game in a row. He was the winner yesterday. Unbelievable. And just a mark of dejection right there. The shortstop, Freddie Patek.
What the hell is Reggie doing?
Reggie don't want to lose his cap. Look at him.
I'm sorry, what was that, Grandma?
Frank,
What year was this?
77.
Frank, you look at this and some kind of victory for the Yankees. They were down late in the ball game, came back, picked up a run in the 8th inning, came back and picked up 3 runs in the 9th inning to go ahead. And, that's the mark of a champion, coming back that way after being down, playing away from home, where the Royals had bragged so much about when we get them back to our place, the carpet's going to get them, our hitters are going to get them, Splithover's going to beat them.
Yeah.
So all that was nice, but the game is still played down there on the field. And when it's all over, the best team's going to have more wins than the other. And the final score here.
Only I don't remember it.
Yeah, Alex was about
American League.
Okay.
Let's see, Alex.
That's one I still haven't been to that I'm dying to get to before they move.
I went to that one. Alex might have been about 5 or 6 years old, I think. And they played the Twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see him.
Look at Freddie Patek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
did Cookie Rojas know he was retiring at the end of this season?
I believe so.
So he knew when he walked off the field here and into the clubhouse, he knew that was it.
Yeah.
Played his heart out. It's a broken heart, and you can't help but go.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that George Brett throwing error there, Alex.
Yeah.
Me too.
Go out for this little guy, because I think he's symbolic of this Kansas City team. They came so close.
And one last picture of despair of Freddie Patek.
New York Yankees have.
It's tough hitting into a game-ending double play like that to end the season for your team. And on your birthday, too.
The World Series.
Yeah.
So this is Joe Garagiola saying goodbye for Tony Kuback from Royal Stadium in Kansas City, where the Yankees.
Okay, so now I think it's time for me to say the aftermath and wrap it up.
Put yourself on the camera.
Right. So, the Yankees would beat the Dodgers in the World Series in 6 games, where Reggie Jackson would become Mr. October by hitting 4 consecutive home runs, 3 of them in Game 6 on 3 pitches. But we're not done yet. The Yankees would, for the 3rd year in a row, beat the Royals in the ALCS the next year, as well as beat the Dodgers in the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. However, the Royals and Dodgers would eventually get even with the Yankees. The Royals would sweep the Yankees in the playoffs in 1980, while the Dodgers would beat the Yankees in the World Series in 6 games in 1981. Well, I just want to thank my dad, Ed, my uncle Greg, my mom Lisa, and
Grandma Gloria.
my uncle Doug Sherman, great friend of my dad and the family, my grandma Gloria at the very end,
And your friends on Facebook.
and all of my friends on
Cousin
Facebook.
Judy's on there now.
Thank you. I sent him a comment on one of his Facebook posts. I just want to thank all of you so much for watching and joining the Alex Estrada podcast.
Do you know
we'll see you next
what game
time.
is your next one?
Bucky fucking Dent.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, everyone, again, thank you so much for joining me in the Alex Estrada podcast. We'll see you next time. Adios, everyone.